Hello, happy Monday, and welcome in, friends. How we doing? It is a new month. The next set of holidays are upon us. December's a pretty good month, you know. I heard some pretty cool nerd was born during that month, or so they say, or so I'm told. Tis the first of the month. Welcome in, friends. How we doing? Hello, hello. Carly, thank you for the 6 months. Thank you, Fran. Appreciate you. Metallic Crow, thank you for the 3. Pinkish, thank you for the 6. Oh my Lanta. Oh my. All right, what the hell? All right, what the hell? Anonymous. Excuse you.
Lizard.
Excuse. Excuse. Anonymous, whoever the hell you are, thank you for gifting to Camaro. Oh my. Oh my. Abby, thank you for the 4 months. Batari, thank you for the 3. Lady with the cats, 2 years. Love the shirt. This was last year's. This was last year's Christmas shirt. Yeah. Yeah. Random guy, welcome in. Mike. Okay, Mike, thank you so much for the gifted, dude. Oh my goodness gracious. More slash commands? Wait, what? Happy to hear it, Discord Noti. Remember it was Monday in a while. Oh my God. Hi, Shauna. Hi, Mayor. How are you, friend? Oh my goodness. Going well, man. Things are good. Times are good, you know? Tomorrow might be a snow day. The whole fam might be home tomorrow. I think they have a guaranteed 2-hour delay, but we don't know if it's going to be a full day off or not. Christmas Faz shirt. So this was my merch shirt from last year. This was the Naughty or Nice shirt. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, commands. Oh, I got you. I understand, Sentinel. I understand. Love the tree. Thanks, dude. The tree's there. Look who else is there. Phoenix, please. I appreciate you. You can't see her. You can't see her that well because she's behind me, but I didn't know what else to do with her. So she's got a hat on. Hey, Doom, welcome in. She's got a hat. There's a floating Santa hat back there. Wild. Think of the 2 months. Oh my goodness gracious. Hi guys, how are we doing? We have the weekly today, and then after the weekly, I'm sure we're just gonna attempt to survive. Playing with Break today. Yeah. Hi Juju. I was caught up in the bookshop simulator. I still need to check out the demo for that video store sim. I still have to check that. Hey Sprayed, how are you? I'm good. Currently watching all the vids. Oh, I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Tika, hello. Little Town Soldier, hello. Head to bed 4 a.m. Best of luck, dude. Best of luck. We'll see you later, friend. Dorito. I'm sorry. You're inevitably, that's your name for the rest of life. The day was good. We've been slowly but surely getting all of our Christmas stuff out. So we've been a decorating as we have in here. I might do more. I might add some to the shelves. I just haven't done it yet. So we might. Said Break? I did. If you guys are not already following Break, her name is in my title and it is clickable. I'm okay with being a hey, depends on the type of Dorito, you know? First time catching one of the lives, first time on Twitch. Welcome in, dude. I appreciate you coming to the stream. If there's ever any questions you have, I'm sure that there are people that are willing to help if you are confused by anything. Hi, Courtney. Hello. Oh my goodness. I hope you, Doc, and Chinggis play Faz together soon. That probably could happen. More than likely. What was for dinner? Chipotle. Yeah, it was a busy day with the fam, like getting kids around to different activities, us getting home super late. So we're like, well, do we try or do we not try? So we decided on the not try. Yeah. Try not to give. Wait, what? Trying to give Gary a hard time. Are we? Wait, what are we talking about? I'm so confused. Oh, nope. I don't know what this is. This. I don't have this. This ain't mine. What'd you order? I'm a pretty plain biche. I mean, it's just like half chicken, half steak, rice, beans, lettuce, salsa. Like I'm trying to remember what else I put on there. It's pretty plain. Break is Gary? What the hell does that mean? Break is Gary. What the hell did I miss? It's a running joke. Why is Break Gary? Will I dress up as the Grinch for the holiday? No, not again. Nope, we've been down that road. I'm not doing that again. Absolutely not. Fox, thank you for the 1 year. Sari, thank you for the 1 month. Wild, thank you again. No. Nope. I've already dressed up as the Grinch. We've already played this game. Ask about it? Okay. So I need to ask Break why she's called Gary. Yeah, we learned all about the paint. I picked the stupidest things to be because I have to like fully paint myself and I don't know how to do that correctly. So I just do it. Counter offer. Cindy Lou Who. I see you're Cindy Lou Who and I raise you the mayor that shaves his head right down the middle. What did Chipotle? My ex-husband didn't want to cross the road to pick it up. Wow, dude. To be fair, the road was a highway. Okay. I mean, usually I doubt you frogger your ass across. I'm sure you like go around, right? Dress as Max. Touche. Mayor, is that his name? I don't know his name. Yeah, that guy.
Lizard.
Danny, thank you for the 5 months. So, what does December have for us? We have a event happening at some point with Phaz. We don't know when it's happening. It is in fact his name. Never knew that. Okay, you really like the Grinch? I love the Jim Carrey one. That one is fantastic. The tree is up. The tree is up. The tree is here. The event is happening at some point. We don't know when yet. We'll figure it out, I guess. Beyond that, my birthday. We're going to celebrate it on the 19th. My birthday's the 18th. We're going to celebrate on the 19th, which just means a stream. Hey, birthday. That's not going to be a big deal. I'm still trying to nail down my partnerversary date. I don't have that yet. I will let you guys know ASAP as soon as I know what it is. This month, instead of doing what we've done in the past with wheels, we do not have wheels this month. I had a better idea. Hold on. Let me see if I can bring this up real fast. Can I bring this up real quick? Hold on. So this month, what we're going to do instead of wheels is we're going to do an advent calendar. We have calendars. We have a calendar. Now, the way it's going to work, though, is whatever day it is. So if we reach the daily goal, whatever day it is, I will open that number. And whatever it is happens. And it's random. I am going to make sure of it that it is 100% random and we don't know what it is. So there's no way to manipulate things happening. We don't know. Now, for today, it's going to be, there's gifted subs on there. There's gifted merch, possible gross soda. There's all kinds of stuff. I'm going to add more. But let's just say, let's say we nailed it. And then I open the first one. This is what would happen. That's what would happen. So there you go. So that is what we have for this month. Something a little different. A little bit more Christmassy. Yeah. Love the tree. Me too. I love that tree. It's simple. I leave it up all year long. I put it in the other room, and then whenever it's Christmas time, I bring it into this room. Danny, thank you for the 5 months. Coolio, thank you for the 9 months. It's a baby. Hi, Copper. Hi, friend. Oh, for those of you that I owe walk-on sounds to, I'm in talks with the Blurp team right now trying to figure out what the hell is going on. There's something wrong. It's not like I'm not doing something wrong. I'm trying to give you guys the ability or add the sound myself, and it's not letting me do it. So just hang on, hang tight. I'm doing the best that I can. So I'm bugging them every single day to try and get it fixed. Will there be more than one box open today? You know, I thought about that. I did have a think on that. I don't know. I'd say probably not. The other possibility would be I open the one for the day, and then if we double it, then I open the next day because I don't stream on that day, right? So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. Meg, thank you for the 27 months. Alvin, thank you for the biddies. Let's get Phasmo started so that way we can get moving sooner rather than later. I don't know if break is going to be ready soon or not, but we'll figure it out. Gives you more time to figure out what you want. Yeah, you're fine. No rush. Don't worry about it. Well, don't stress trying to make it happen as fast as possible. I have a few people that already said the sound that they want, and I tried to add it, but the application said F you. Always a little late. That's fine. If anything, I could always just run a random map until she's ready. It'll be fine. Any tips on Apocalypse 3? Patience. Much patience. Just started hopefully soon. She's probably fine. Thank you, Song. Can't wait for the merge to come in. Heck yeah. It's a second where you are. Oh, hold your breath. Touche. All right, let's go to the screen. Hopefully this doesn't cause problems. If it does, I might have to remove that source from this scene and figure it out. But it should be fine. All will be well. But yeah, we have a weekly to do. Oh, I could always do the spiel. Am I going to do random? No, we have a weekly to do. Oh, no. It's weekly time. It's a weekly time. Hey, what up, Faded? Trying to get through the prereqs of nursing school. Any words of motivation to keep me going? You should do it. Or else. The boogeyman's gonna bite you. I hope that helps. Hi, Heater. And did I see a hyper in there, by the way? Oh, it is. Shit, you're right. You're right. When you put it like that, you're right. Hold on. Where is it? I added something to make this easier. I thought I did. Oh, God, maybe I didn't. Yeah, I did. Let's go. Weekly's hard, fast ghosties. Yeah, I'll look at the settings here in a second. We don't want that. We want that. There we go. Fixed it. Hey, Silent, how are you? Rocker, thank you for the 3-month prime, dude. The Boogie Flash. Do I have a favorite weekly? It's really hard to say. There's much a weekly. I don't think there's one weekly I look at as my favorite. It's hard to say. When you have all the cursed possessions, that one's definitely one of my faves. Dropped and died so fast. Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, we're going to do our bestest. All right. Let me get these things rocking, and then we'll do our spiel, and then we'll just do a warm-up game, and then whenever break is ready, then we'll do the weekly. I think that is the plan, Stan. Woodwind in general is tough. It can be. Yeah, room boundaries on that map are not the best. Definitely not the best, but we're gonna try what we can. I'm gonna look over all the settings. We'll go over it all together. Then you have things to look at later. Ooh. When does the winter update come out? I don't know. I have no idea. If I knew, you would know, because if you watch the Phasmophobia socials, they announce when that stuff's coming, and we get told at the same time usually. Currently writing a paper that's doing 3 hours. Worth half your grade. You know, it's a good thing you didn't wait till the end, right? Look at it whenever you want. Okay. Hey, Jamie. Hey, how are you? Hey, what's up, Bobby? What's up, Kaden? How are you? Been working towards the Ranger badge, and my survival rate on Camp Woodwind has gone up, thankfully, as I do it. I used to always die in that map because I had trouble. It's repetition, dude. Look at the maps that you play all the time. You play what do you play? You play your Tangle, Edge, Ridgeview, Willow, blah, 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 blah. All the same maps, and you wonder why you survive. Like, not you in general, like people. Why they survive more on these maps than some of these other ones, because they don't play these very often. The more you play these other ones, the better you're going to get. It's just the way it goes. Jamie, thank you, friend. Yeah. All right, let's do the thing. This week's challenge is Hide and Seek Extreme. This ghost wants to play a game You Better Hide at Camp Woodwind for the 5K. There's the player settings. There's the ghost settings. There's the contract. And if we peek over here, there's all the equipment. Missing some good stuff. Flashlight, UV, incense. But we'll make do, I guess. Yikes. Absolute yikes. We will see. Seeker, thank you so much. Jamie, thank you guys for the daily heart meets. Precious, thank you for the 9 months. Let's go back to those settings, though. Let's go back to these and take a look. I've been seeing the winter event is from, but where have you seen that, Brooke? Did you hear? I did, Sailor, yes. Yep. Yeah, she was nice. She reached out to me to make sure. I was like, listen, it's you do you, boo-boo. You do you. Best of luck, and I'll watch. I'll just take it all in, I suppose. Fingers crossed for an instant wraith kill. We shall see. No sanity to start for this weekly, right? Okay. No sanity pill restoration. That's fine. Sprinting is on. That's groovy. Ghosty is 150 speed. Grace period is 5 seconds, though. So if that ghost starts on top of you, you have all day and half of next day to get the hell away from it. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to be any slower. It's still going to be fast, but it should not spawn on top of you and kill you. You should have enough time to get away from it, right? You get all 3 evidence, not all evidence equipment, or all equipment to get your evidence, but we'll try our best, I suppose. Random weather. Doors start open high. Number of hiding places low. So there is still hiding. It's just low, right? Dio on the weekly's horrifying. The first few. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That speed demon. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Gaming, I appreciate you being here. What's with the music? Well, what happens is they are typically words, notes, different instruments put together to compose things that we call music. So once that gets put together, you listen to it and you enjoy it. Hopefully that helped you. You're very welcome. More always going to be fast AF. I really hope that we don't get just plain normal ghosts. I hope that we get ghosts that are ridiculously fast. Not, you know what I mean? Ghosts that are like a Thay or a Moroi or something. Always love the responses. Listen, someone's going to make a comment. I'm going to respond with my comment. That's what music? Yeah, I know. I know. Crazy talk. The paw might actually be good for this. Do we have the paw? Oh, we do. Oh, we get the paw every time. Ooh. You know, there is a benefit to the paw. You could wish for sanity. You wish for sanity, it puts you at 50. So that could be useful. Da paw. Hey, Sober Unicorn, how are you? What up, Twiz? The Thay will be great. It'll be astronomically fast, but it'll be awesome and fun. We have the cheat sheet that we could use to listen to the speeds as well. Hey, Torres, what's up? Yeah, so if you guys haven't used the cheat sheet before, this would be a really good time to check it out. Really good time. You put that to 150%, and then you listen to the speeds. This is what a normal ghost should sound like. Now, if we have a Thay, this is what a Thay would sound like. If we get a Moroi that somehow reaches full speed, line of sight speed, this is what it sounds like. Unlikely for that to happen, but, you know, anything's possible these days. Anything's possible. Jesse, thank you for the prime. Guzzy, thank you for the 2 months, dude. That's a big old bag of nope. Yes, sir. All right. I don't know if she's ready yet. So maybe what I'll do while I wait is I'll do a quick like 10, 12 at Tangle. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, the cheat sheet is so good. They put so much work into it, man. It is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Ooh, it's foggy. Wait, I think I have it set to fog. Never mind. That's not that exciting. What's up, Azu? My favorite ghost is a mimic. I love a mimic. All right, give me this. Let's check our objective. Blah, blah, blah. Sound recorder, ghost event, and crucifix. I really don't care that much. That's not that great. Where do we get the cheat sheet at? Go to phasmocheatsheet.com. And it should work. Ready when you are? All right, I'll make this fast. Maybe I'll just die. I think the ghosty agreed. Okay. All right. Okay. F me, huh? Thank you, Mr. Song. My. Spicy. It's fast. It's because it hunted from that front room. Boner jam. Oh, thank you, Blood Sample. Thank you. Yeah, I was letting everyone know earlier that had them that they're having issues right now with them. So I'm trying to fix it. Definitely trying. Hi, Car. Oh, my God, Car. 70 months. No more giggity. Oh, why'd you do that? Oh, man. What the hell? Kelly, I hope you have a good weekend too, friend. Well, I appreciate it, Car. Car had the best sub number in the world and ruined it. Back here. Was that too fast for twins? That didn't sound like a Moroi or like a Thay to start. It definitely had wheels, and it also gained speed with line of sight. Chris, thank you for the subs, dude. Yeah, it was fast, but was it twins fast? Or was it faster than that? Break is ready, so we're not going to go back in and do it again. I might just have to go twins. I can't think of what else it would be speed-wise. Because it can't be a Hantu or a Thay. I mean, a Thay, definitely not. It can't be a Hantu because it's sped up with line of sight, and Hantus can't do that. You know, we're going to go twins. I might be wrong. It sounded kind of speedy, man. Ghosts are trying to figure out how to get in the upside-down fridge. Classic. Classic. Oh, it was a Moroi. Oh, it didn't sound fast enough. Wow. Yeah, that was a Moroi. It definitely sounded faster than the fast twin, though. For sure. Got the lobby made. Awesome sauce. Thank you. Got a Banshee 4 times in 6 games we played.
Welcome back. I prepared some jobs for you.
Sheesh. All right. Let's go. Let's ride. Finish the first volume of Stranger Things. It's so good.
Look who it is.
Well, look what the cat puked up.
Exactly.
Hey, no, that was me saying it to you. Hey.
No,
Hey.
nope. You were just confirming
Hey.
my thought. You
Oh,
were just
Aw.
confirming. Yeah.
Man.
Oh.
Ruined. How are you? There's something on
I
my
am.
wall.
It's Monday.
You are?
I guess I can't complain. I worked
It's
from
like,
home
it's
today.
not close
you know?
either. It's like all the way back. Okay, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. It's fine. So,
How are you?
I'm good. Question.
Yeah. No answer.
Well, no, okay,
Sorry.
it's not. No, it's not a question. It's more of a. It's like a comment that I'm hoping that you will address.
Oh God, I'm scared.
Gary.
Listen, you say one thing one time, and people just run with it.
Is there a
Somebody
reason they're
one
all
day-
calling you Gary?
Somebody one day said, "Who are you?" And I said, "I'm Gary," and that was that. That's all it took.
And everyone's been calling you Gary ever since?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I tell you,
She's
man,
Gary.
people are wild.
I mean, when people come in, do you say, hi, I'm Gary now? You should.
Sometimes I have to explain. Yeah. So kind of.
All right. Anyway, have you seen the challenge mode?
Well, okay, to perpetuate it, I said, hi, I'm Gary. And then for that stream, I changed my name on Steam to Gary.
Oh,
it was
classic.
a thing
Even if it
for
has an alt
night.
account.
It was a thing for
Named
night.
Gary. Wow. Okay. You went the extra level. You got to appreciate it.
Not really.
I mean, you went and named a second account Gary. You should
So
have
Car's
a
telling
Gary the
on me.
snail. A Gary the snail.
Car
emote
and
would be
song,
good.
Car and song are telling on me.
No, not
They're
telling.
they're
More just
giving
like
up, they're just
enlightening.
giving up all my secrets.
I know I named one Boo. It's still named Boo.
I hate it here. All right. Okay. This is great.
It's fine. All right. So Ghosty's 150. We have no sanity, and there is a 5 there's a 5 second cooldown.
Grace period. Grace period?
Grace period. Yeah, you know what I mean. That word.
Yeah.
Army vet. What up, dude? And there's a 60-second setup time. So we do have 60 seconds to find it.
Yeah.
1 minute, yeah.
Could be spicy.
We got this.
Oh,
Easy peasy,
yep.
dude. Easy peasy. I say that. We're not going to get the ghost at all. At all.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
There's something I didn't realize, that the power starts on.
Looks like this is going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
I guess I didn't pay attention. All right. Well, Williams.
Some orbs would be great.
That would be
but
great.
I guess we're not that lucky.
Yeah, I'm not going to bank on it. I don't think we're going to get it.
It's fine.
You know what? Hold on. Let me open. Well, no. If I open the gate, it's going to start the timer. You hear there's violence. I did hear that they look.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
We have 0 flashlights.
We have no flashlights.
We have
That is
no
correct.
flash. We don't need to see
No, it's fine.
things for other people.
All right. I'm going to put. No, you know what? I'm going in blind. F it. I'm ready when you are.
Are you?
Yep.
I'm just double checking for any.
Be nice to the cursed
tangle
objects.
Orbs. I don't see any.
No tangle orbs. What
So.
the hell? What? Tangle orbs?
What potential?
Oh, potential. Oh, sorry. All right, guys, show yourself. Wait. I think I heard did I hear a switch?
That was me.
Oh, you son of a.
Hey! I like to be able to see things.
You tricked me. Hey, this one we didn't do. Yellow Ted. Yellow Ted.
Coming!
I got a Crucy down. I heard. I also heard tangle orbs. I am not the only one, right? Yeah.
It's still no orb.
Out of that. We have no UV, but we can check for this. We can check for this. We have 10 seconds.
It touched an orb. But I don't think we have UV.
Dun dun. Dun dun.
Because UV would help us see, I guess.
Why is it no? Oh, so spicy. Where are you?
Close to
Oh, it's here. Spirit.
Oh.
Oh. Spirate.
Brought in a candle just because I wanted to be useful.
Hold on. Is that a fiver?
Look, ghost. I get it. You're
Fiver.
not a mayor.
I'm a little sus of a wraith.
Yeah. Maybe I should have brought the motion sensor, huh?
Yeah, that's okay. Maybe it's fine.
Listen.
Just let it hunt. What's it gonna do? It's just gonna say hi.
on my face.
All right. We have to risk it. We have to put our life on the line to get these over there. And more salt.
I got this.
And
I
a
got
photo
this.
camera.
I got more salt. I got Oh, well, apparently it grabbed a head cam.
That's right. You got this. Oh, dots. I just saw it.
Did you?
Yep. 100%. That's freaking Wraith. I'm gonna take a picture of it.
Man.
I'm gonna take a picture of
Okay,
it.
well, I was completely useless in this scenario.
No, it's fine. Got this. I got this covered.
Hey, look.
Come on, Ghosty.
It was helpful.
Come on, Ghosty. I think it's a Wraith. You know, you might be right. Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
Spice.
No, wait. That was you. I'm walking in the motion sensor.
Listen,
Can't tell who it is.
Listen, I know that we already know what it is, but that was way too fast.
What, the Crucifer?
No, figuring out what it
Oh,
was.
you mean getting the evidence?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean,
Oh,
I never
my.
saw the dots myself, but I just, it's fine.
Well, I would like for it to show up again.
Okay.
Come on, Ghost. Do you see that timer? Did it see her? Oh shit, I think it saw me.
Oh, god damn it, I can't get the door.
I can't take a photo, I dropped my camera. Hey, how are you? Oh, she's already gone. Was that her or was that the ghost that just, oh, hey. Would have died instantly. You know, we were fine there for a second. I thought the ghost was chasing her. I think she broke line of sight. Listen, that's going very well. We got it right, and that's all we need.
We did. And I just definitely wanted the ghost to see you. Mm-hmm. I'm glad it worked out.
I trusted you.
Did you, though?
Nope.
You said it was going too fast, so I was just helping.
Okay, let's go again. Love when the ghost grabs everyone. During the weeklies, I think it makes it more fun.
All right, we're here.
Oh, 'tis the season.
Aw, it's December. It's snowing.
It's snowing.
Snowing.
It's snowing.
How nice.
Shut up, Meg.
Setting the mood.
All right. Oh, this is probably not the best. I should probably wait for this. I'm gonna grab that. Oh, that's not gonna help either. F that. I'm gonna grab this, and I'm gonna grab dots. Oh my goodness gracious, Agent! Thank you for the prime, dude.
I mean, if you bring a photo camera, maybe it's a phantom, and
How cool? You know what? Imagine you call that. All right, I'm ready.
you know,
You know what? That's one of those push doors I heard about. All right, I gotta get my photo camera ready. It's gonna show up any second. Thank you, Drifter. Come on, Ghost. Where's the? There it is. All right, any take? Your favorite singer? I've seen the actual
yeah, there's
band
a noise
live.
in the bathroom.
No, there's not.
Could you not hear me
No,
that whole time? It's not
No.
a really fun story.
you didn't say anything.
I was saying so many things.
You said nothing. You literally said nothing.
Yeah, I was telling you a story. it
Okay, I'm gonna start talking to
about
Gary
how
now.
I called. All right. I'm gonna leave.
Hey, listen, it's all good fun.
I was playing with Car last night, and I was like, "Car, the ghost is gonna be Yuri," and then it was.
See?
But I did
Sometimes
one of those
you
like,
know.
TikTok style predictions, you know?
Yeah.
It's like that tree is bent at a 28-degree angle.
Oh, one of those guys.
Yeah.
Where'd the orb go? Oh, there it is. So we don't have UV. We can't check for that, unfortunately. Ghost, do you want to event on me so I can take a photo? She said you might be a phantom, and that'd be kind of cool. Oh, you were luring me into the shower. Well, don't mind if I do.
I think that's one of those Raijus I've heard about. Holy cow. That was loud.
It lured me into the shower and then it showed up. Oh.
Oh my.
All right.
Oh
What is
my.
said evidence for the Raiju? EMF, orbs, and dots.
And EMF.
I did ask for an event.
Well, right now you're the dots.
No, it's going to show up in the dots in 3, 2, 1. Here they come. It's starting outside. It's walking back in. Oh, dude, imagine it just set that motion sensor off. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, I feel weird about that. I do apologize. Oh, God. Oh, God. I feel a little weird. Hold on.
You're taking photos.
You think it's a Raiju? It might be.
No wonder they use the sink all the time, sir.
Because people are taking photos of them on the crapper. That's my bad, sir. I do apologize.
Wow.
All right. Oh, yikes.
Okay, that's spicy.
Listen. It's trying to lure me into the toilet. First the shower, then the toilet. No, that's normal. Wait, do we still have a crucifix over there that's live?
Yeah, it's not eaten at all.
All right, I'm bringing more evidence. Are the ID cards still available? No. If you click on the Twitch thing in the main menu, you'd see they're not available. Slendy's here. Oh, I didn't even see Slenders is here.
Wait, Slendy's here?
Yeah.
Huh?
Where are you? Oh, there's dots.
There's our dots.
There they are.
There they are.
Where are you? Wait, what is the other evidence for the Raiju?
EMF 5.
We haven't had that yet, right?
No.
No freezing. Pooped in the sink. Where are you? Okay, if you're going to do EMF 5... Just give it more stuff to play with. Always wanted to see Slenders? Well, he's right over there. Running away, running away, running away. I'm going to die. I'm running away. I'm going to die. Going to die, going to die, going to die, going to die, going to die. I'm fine. I was almost certain that it was going to hunt me. All right.
We do have the activity board.
We does.
So-
And I thought I possibly saw a 5 earlier, but I believe an event happened close to that. So I didn't want to bank on that. Oh, lagging a little bit.
That's true.
Did you see that?
Activity's set to like low, isn't it?
I believe so. I do declare.
Feel like he's not doing much.
Well, I gave him more toys to play with. I put stuff in
Although,
there.
you know, he was pretty excited to see you.
All right, I'll go back and excite him.
Saying.
All right. All right, thanks.
Don't die.
Roger that.
Are all of our crew eaten?
I don't know. There's no hiding. I wasn't paying attention.
It did not go near the electronics. What the heck?
Where did it spawn? Where did it spawn? What is this random lag spiking that's happening?
Near the campfire, I think.
Maybe we try now. Dude, like, what is happening? Hold on. I know the bathroom door is open. It's fine. I'll be fine.
Did it go near
Is it
the
in your game or
electronic
OBS?
backpack?
If you guys are seeing it, I'm seeing it too. Which is why I'm like, okay, yeah, weird. Okay, so
Well, that's rude.
did it sound like it was slow and then all of a sudden like normal 150?
No.
Yeah, Angela,
think it
yeah, I saw
sounded-
it everywhere.
The same the whole time.
Unless I heard your footies.
I was running away. Yeah. Because it started and I was in the middle of nowhere. That could be. I'm a little confused because I really thought it was going to be a Raiju.
I don't know. It's a Gary.
It's a Gary. Rude. Rude. What's
No, it's
that
not you
mean?
bugging out. No, that was definitely in game.
Just take offense at that right now, preemptively.
It's fine. Where's it hunting from now? Out there?
Out there. Somewhere.
Where out here?
Somewhere out there. Beneath the moonlit sky.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna be able to hear shit with you doing that. Somewhere over the rainbow? I'm dead. I'm dead. That seemed... I think the footsteps that I heard earlier, I think were her. And I think it was confusing me because it sounded like it was normal footsteps, but it was literally just her normal footsteps. So you hear the speed of the ghost right now, yeah? This is what 150 sounds like. Which is, I think, normal. So I think it's a normal 150. I don't think it's speeding up near electronics. It's hard to tell. It's starting to spawn away from everything. I believe in break. I'll help her. I'll help her read her thermo. What do you got? There it goes. No, it's the game, dude. I'm gonna have to restart the game. It's stuttering like crazy. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. Could have sworn I heard a speed up from when it spawned when it got you. Let's do it right now. It's staying literally away from electronics. It's like, look, it's like it knows it's over there. It's like, I'm gonna stay in this corner. Goes right back over where there isn't any. Getting a lot of stuttering earlier. Damn. Sag. Super Sag. Chris.
Dude, you weren't supposed to die. Now what am I supposed to do?
Figure it out. I believe in you.
Where are you?
Right here.
Are you here? Are you close? Where
Should
are
be
you?
fine.
Flash, I remembered. Hold on.
The monkey paw. No, don't do it. Don't you dare. No. No. Don't do it. You have too much to live for. Don't Don't you dare.
I wish for life.
It's hunting. You're going to have to wish again. It didn't work. So I believe she can do it again because that gets bugged too. Literally, it's falling apart at the stitches. The game is just falling apart.
I wish for life. I wish for life. I wish.
Yeah, I don't know why it bugs out like that.
I did it.
You did it.
But,
Proud of you. All right, what information do we have? I need more electronics. Give me electronics. Give me all the electronics. Don't die. Don't die. Why can't I place it out here? Damn it. That's right. Wait a minute. It's literally staying away from all electronics. I'm not kidding. It's not speeding up. That's not a Raiju. It's not speeding up. Where the hell is it? Just putting shit down. Oh god.
You know, I kind of blame you. You said it was going too well.
I said what?
Last round, you said it went too quick.
Oh, it's making up for the time. It does. I'm fairly certain it has hunted both of us at the same time, which would take yokai out of the equation. It's 100% not a thing. Possible Yurei? Orbs freezing dots? It's moving around a lot and it's making it really difficult to try to find it. It's a banshee, it's a banshee, it's a banshee, it's a banshee, it's a banshee. I can't let you die alone. I can't let you die alone. This is mine. No, give it back, you son of a bitch. I want to take it. Oh, son of a bitch. It's going to say Banshee Roulette. Well, there's no need now. No need. Yay, Banshee. I hope that she heard me. I was screaming Banshee.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
You know, that didn't feel like a Banshee at all.
No, it's not.
Nope. I got a Banshee scream.
Oh, did you?
Sure did.
So you would have had to originally be the target.
Yeah.
And when you died,
Yeah.
I became the target. And when I brought you back, you don't magically become the target again. I stayed the target. So that's correct. That was kind of mean. But,
That's
you know,
correct.
also kind of cool.
Which is, you know, I was going to say it is kind of rad.
Yeah.
See you, Sprayed. All right. Well.
Because you died, and we were like, it could be a Banshee, and I was like, we'll never know. So
you just have to eliminate every other ghost, including a Yurei, on Camp Woodwind. Woof.
Oh my god. Yeah.
All right, one more time.
We've arrived. Check the
That's right. It is random weather.
set up before investigating.
Hey, Almighty. Yeah.
swear to God. Okay.
No, no. I was like,
gonna
it's random
say.
weather. It could be anything.
I
All
was
right.
gonna say.
Let's
Okay.
track this weenie. You know, I mean, okay, we could do this in a very strategic way
Yeah.
where we basically use the almost 60 seconds to find it. And then right near the end, we wish to trap the ghost, which would buy us another 60 seconds.
That's true.
We might need to wish for sanity, though, to be able to make that wish.
I think you have. Yeah, I think you have to wish for sanity. To.
Right, which would then change its
Well,
room,
no,
which I don't
not
know if
to
it would even
trap it.
matter.
But if
No,
you want
to be able to
change
have
the
enough sanity. Do you need sanity to be able to trap the ghost?
Not to trap it, just to
Okay.
change the weather.
Oh, okay. Well, no. Then F that. I think we just go the 60 and then we trap it.
And trap it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we do it.
See if we can find it that quick.
Well, you know.
Look, we had orbs last time. It could happen again.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have a timer at the ready. So when
I
she
don't
opens
see
the
any
door.
right now, but still.
Hi, Jana.
Are you ready?
Ready when you are. All right. I got a timer going. Boner.
So there's an orb in the yellow tent?
You know, that'll do it. All right, we have time. Holy Christmas.
Hey, he's excited to see you.
Oh, God, he waited for me. Oh, no. I don't want any.
Oh, come
Get
on.
get that. I'm running. Hey, Salty Mike, how are you? All right, let's go. Wow, what rude, dude.
That was rude AF.
Rude, crude dude. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Is there hiding here? Shit. This is dangerous. Uh-oh. Is it he-
what?
Is the orb still here?
What did you do? I don't know. Why?
Gonna be honest, I don't
Do
see
you
the
hear
orb.
something somewhere else?
I don't see the orb.
Ghost. Ghost. They out here? Just in the center? Oh no.
Oh, God.
No, don't you be doing stuff like that.
I'm freaking out, dude. Where's the orb?
Oh, it ran away!
Where?
We are so gonna get.
Where did it go? Is it back there?
Lover's bench.
Is that they? Oh my God. Is that a
That's
they?
gotta be a thing, right? Right?
Holy
Oh my
crap.
God.
Orbs writing dots. Okay.
That was
Shut up.
fast.
Orbs writing dots. Let me get this over there. Oh, hold on. Where is it? No. Where is it? Oh my God. I wish to trap the ghost. I just trapped it.
Nice. Okay. I brought it a book.
Okay. We need to bring it a camera. I don't know where it is. Do you know where the video camera was? I lost it.
No, I thought you
Oh,
had
God.
it.
I did. Past tense. Had. Dropped it. Oh, did I drop it? Oh, I dropped it over here somewhere.
The poison ghost.
Oh, God.
Goose and Dottie's ghost.
It's over here somewhere. Where'd I drop it? Oh, God. I can't see shit. Oh, there it is. No. Okay. Saw it. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Thank you. No. No. I'm going to die. Holy crap on a stick! Frank, why did you let this happen to me? Why? I gotta make sure I mark a thing. Holy hell, dude. It is so fast. So effing fast. Cannabis, thank you for the 7 months, dude. Mr. Bonanza, thank you for the biddies. Ay caramba. This is her fault. Wait, where is she? Oh, she's over there. Okay. Meow. We did ask for a fast ghost, so to be fair to the ghosty, it's delivering. Ghost, it's in here. Psst, psst. Fellow ghost brethren, it's in here. Look out. Roger that.
Hey, Flash, look out.
I've had better days. I'm not looking so hot. Is the Thay the fastest in the game? No. No, the Moroi with line of sight speed at 150 is crazy fast. Crazy fast. I know, walked right over my dead body.
You haven't happened to see the monkey paw, have you, Ghost?
Oh. Well, yeah.
It's fine.
I had it over here. It's right there. It's still here. Will she get hunted? Oh.
I don't know where you put the ball.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Communicating. I know where it is.
Go get it. I'll go get it.
She doesn't have to go get it.
Open the ghost still in that room. Oh, you just want me to leave? What the hell?
Give it a hat. She can just
Hey,
leave.
It is still in that room. I finally see
Yeah.
the orb.
It's up to her. I'm cool if we dip.
Give
It doesn't.
the light a hat.
I gave the light a hat. See, she understands.
Oh, that's cute.
Thanks.
Well.
Oh, she's going back in.
I'm doing it. I don't care. I might die. Worth it.
Wish for life. Still has.
You know what? Just because you did that, I'm going to die right here. I wish for sanity. I wish for sunrise. I wish for knowledge. quietest little death I ever did get. I can't see shit. Really bad at these sanity-free hunts. It's just practice. The more you play, the better you're going to get. Hi, Gary. Oh. It was lightning fast when we first heard it. That's how we knew what this was. I couldn't let you go out like that.
Thanks.
F that ghost.
Yeah, because, like, no dots, no writing that whole time.
I know. It
Absolutely
really
should've
did.
had
It really did not give us any evidence. The only reason we knew what it was is because of how stupid fast it was.
So stupid fast.
But you know what? We got our wish, and we got the fast ghosty.
It's true.
I'll take it.
And, like, I don't think you Roy would have been the only thing that would have been maybe fast if you let it see you.
Oh,
faster,
yeah. With
right?
line of
So,
sight. Yeah, the Moroi line of sight would be
was booking
stupid
it.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, challenge is done. What kind of games you want to do now?
Non-woodwind game.
Well, this isn't Woodwind. I know Woodwind's your favorite.
Smells. Okay. That's just hurtful.
That's just rude. That's rude.
Rude. No,
Hold on,
I'm
you know
down for
what? Give
whatever.
me a
Let's
second.
do- it's Monday.
I'm gonna restart my game, and I'll join right back. I've been
Okay.
getting stuttering.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross.
So I'll BRB. I'm hoping that restarting the game will solve the problem.
There's some joy.
Tis the hope. Tis the hope. So give me a second, friends. I'm going to restart Phas because it's just, I don't know what's happening. I don't usually get stutters like that. That's really strange. Really, really strange. Dark Cat, thank you for the 8 months. Thank you so much, friend. All right. I got to watch my task manager too because it's being strange. I think I need to do a restart, but I can't do that right now. Zombie Sarah, thank you for the 14 months. Allie, thank you for the 32. Oh my goodness. Oh, I did bring back. Oh. Why is the Ouija board being dumped? Because they broke it and they haven't fixed it yet. Yeah, if you're talking about the numbers and stuff, I got nothing, dude. There's nothing we can do. Play games, what's up? Also, side note, I am doing ornaments on the tree again. When I say ornaments, I mean the ones where I write your names down. So if anybody this month gifts 10 or more at once, your name goes on an ornament and it goes on the tree. Nell's Diner's my cozy map. I really, really like Nell's. Nell's is really well done. I think what makes it so fun is there's so many interactables. That's one of my favorite things about it. So many interactables. All right, let's try this now. Dragon, thank you for the raid. Hello. Oh, hey, how are you? What ghost would I make if I could design one? One that has really awful eyesight but can hear really well. As in, if you walk
So
during the
it's
map,
Monday. My thought was
it
just
hears
something
it.
chill, but I mean,
I mean,
I'm
listen,
down for
I am
whatever. We could
also
do something spicier.
I'm okay with starting chill, and then we can always, up the spice.
We could do like
My shirt, thanks, dude.
yeah. I mean, nothing says spice like
Ellie.
more 150 ghosts or maybe some no evidence.
Well, I definitely don't want to do the challenge mode at the Nels if that's what you're attempting right now.
No, that's not. That's not.
I wasn't sure if this is like your new thing where you're like, no. We're gonna do the challenge mode on every map now.
We're just gonna keep on going. No, I was thinking because we could still do like 2 evidence, but you can up ghost speed, or we could do no
Oh,
evidence.
I see what you're
I don't know,
saying.
It just kind of depends on
I know
what
what you
you're
mean.
like
Almighty,
for
what's up, dude?
later. But for now, I put it on Nightmare. Okay, it's fine.
Okay, all right.
I just
Okay.
had
Listen,
to
I love a good old fashioned nightmare. Don't get me wrong. Ninja Turtle, welcome in. How are you? Moon, thank you for the 2 years. Ellie, thank you for the subs, dude. We got this. Easy. All right. Everything is looking good. I need to change.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the
Elizabeth.
New intel. Reports of light.
There we go. There we go. Ellie.
Be careful out there.
Elizabeth Petit.
Ellie, I will get your name.
As,
I will get your name on an ornament, friend.
Chiba would say.
Chiba would call them Elizabeth Petit.
Petit.
Elizabeth Petit. Hey, come here. Hey, I found the bone.
Do you know you can also see if you have tarot cards?
From here, can you? Oh yeah, I guess you
Yeah.
could next to the register. Yeah,
Yeah.
touche.
Which is actually kind of sad because
The ghost is me. Wait, the ghost is you. Oh yeah, I guess it kind of is. Yeah. Oh, I love Nell's Diner, man. It's so good. It's so good.
All right, all right.
I'm gonna
Elizabeth's
do.
gonna show
I'm gonna
up.
do video.
She's definitely gonna show up for a video, so that's why.
Okay,
Um.
I'm on it.
Okay.
If you bring a photo camera, you definitely want to go that back way because you're gonna find the music box and the bone.
Oh.
I'm just guessing.
Oh.
I don't
okay.
know. My favorite map is
Alright,
Willow.
I hear you. I'll let you know.
Let me know if the power's back there or not. Oh, she picked up the bone.
I got it. If it's back here, yep, I got it.
Hey, how are you?
Slowpoke.
Wow, dude.
Flash, how much do you pay the dove?
Found the music box,
Don't
didn't
you
you?
laugh at me.
You found the music box, didn't you? Yeah. Just like I thought.
How
Look at
much?
it.
How much do you pay him?
Look at it. There it is. All right. So that means we are going to get a miling, by the way. So make sure we get our EMF, ultraviolet, and ghost writing. Okay.
Okay.
What room is it in?
It's gonna be. This is bad for me. It's gonna be near that back hallway, not this one, the other one.
You mean in the break room?
No. Oh, is it actually in the break room?
Probably. It's like 13 degrees.
Ooh. Okay. Thank God. I'd rather be wrong. Night Raptor, hi friend. Have you had natural? I have had a natural blood moon. Yes.
Yeah, it's colder in here than it is
Ooh.
elsewhere. Oh, and hey, you know, I
Oh,
want
it's
you to
sure
have
to
some
mug.
coffee.
Oh, I could have recorded that. Lottie Uncle.
Well, some of us are professionals.
What happens
and
if you
some
turn on
of us
this?
are,
Turn it
you
on.
know.
Oh, that's a 5.
Oh, Heyo.
I'm just saying. Oh, ghost is still on the table.
Let's go.
Just throwing that out there.
That's how we're doing
Oh, it threw the pretzel.
Aw.
I'm still getting the
Let's have
stuttering.
coffee
It's still
and
happening. It's
pretzel.
the game. It has to be. Or it's rendering stuff. And if it's rendering things, I might have to stop on the other places. That might be what it is. It touched a window.
There's
Pipsqueak.
an EV in there.
Pipsqueak, thank you so. Oh shit! Oh yeah. No UV.
Got it.
I do need a video of you, Ghosty. If you wouldn't mind doing a little ringy rosy, that'd be beautiful. Wait, what kind of ghost are you? Elizabeth Petit. Elizabeth. Trying to coax her
Got you
into
some salt.
showing up.
Oh.
Got it.
Really?
Got it immediately though.
It's fine.
Hey Moon, I do.
At least you were prepared. Okay.
Dude, it's loving these pretzels, but it won't show up for an event.
Shy. Pressuring it.
Okay. And I'll wait out here.
Listen. You're intimidating.
Keep wanting to respond. I'm so sorry, Ellie. I'm so
What
sorry.
can I say?
What if I ask it nicely? Think that'll work?
Maybe.
Elizabeth Petit Will you please spawn right over here near the lockers?
And also, can you write in the book? Because Flash would like you to be Myling.
Oh, that is true. Here, I'll step out real quick. I'll give them space. It's throwing all kinds of crap with us in the room.
True.
So odds of a
a good
shade
sign.
or nay. Silly
Right,
banana.
that's a good
Hello.
sign. Oh, that's
Got her.
that's.
Did you say you got dots?
No, I said
Oh.
that's.
On my
She
view
scared me.
of the photos, it looked like you took a really nice photo of the photos that were there instead of the music box.
Aw,
Yeah,
that's so sweet of me.
it looks very
Yeah,
nice.
just, that poster is my favorite. I need one for my house.
I especially love the other families that are here. I'm just gonna frame them, put them in my house.
I like to buy the frames for the.
Well, shit.
You don't want me to tell you what I like to buy.
It was
picture
tired of here.
frames.
It was
You know what?
tired of
That's
your
okay.
lip. It was real tired of your lip. Ooh.
Damn.
Ay, caramba. So it's not sounding like a Myling. Not exactly. No, no, it's not. Well, that just felt very abrupt. I want to bring in a crucifix.
I think that sounds wise.
I think it sounds like a good idea. Squeaky Pig, thank you for the 12 months. Oh, this son bitch, it threw my camera.
Oh, Elizabeth. After we were so nice
Oh,
to
Elizabeth
her.
Petit.
What the heck?
Sick. Maybe it's a what? The paper's done. Oh, nice. You actually got your paper done. Let's go. It looked very close. Yeah, we were almost dead. Yeah, we don't have a 5-second cooldown or 5-second grace period on this one for sure.
Where are you?
The water sounds sus. Did it just throw the book?
Are you here?
Oh, it turned the TV on too.
Just. Where are you?
Oh, let me get out.
Are you close? Are you friendly? Your name Elizabeth. Do you know Gary? Do you like donuts?
It just says, "You're Gary."
Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Are you near? Are you far? Are you old? Are you young?
Where's?
I don't know. Okay.
Hey, hey.
It's very creepy just seeing her shadow on the wall, you know?
Oh, what do you mean?
You guys haven't
What do you mean by that? I'm a little curious. I'm not sure what you're saying.
when she's hunting and I just keep seeing her shadow on the
she,
wall.
she just spawned in as a shadow.
Yeah, well, she was really excited to see
What
it.
is the other evidence?
Why does she keep hunting from the hallway?
I don't know, because she's mean.
It's not freezing yet. Ma'am? That is unnecessary.
So no freezing, right?
Not yet. I was getting 2 degrees at the lowest.
No writing, no ultraviolet, no orbs, no dots,
Please
no
tell me she's
spirit box.
not
Are you
a
a Goryo, you piece
Goryo.
of trash?
Please, God, no.
Oh.
No, no Goria.
It's going to be a Goryo, isn't it? Mr. Chinggis. Welcome back, friend. How are you, sir? Hello, good sir. Jake, thank you for the follow. YS. Hello, hello. Piece of Goryo. Yeah, something like that. Frickin' Goryos are not very fun. We should bring in another one of these. And maybe one of these and one of those. You're doing great. Fly Guy, thank you for the 4 months. Not even haunted? No, not even haunted. Hey, are you okay in there? Hello? Ma'am? Is Break doing break things or behaving? Break is behaving.
Hello?
Did she go hallway again?
It kind of. Yeah, she did. She spawned right where you're
Dude,
standing.
she is one
Also,
crispy mother.
Kind of felt like
Holy ghost fart, Batman! Did you see that spawn in? What the hell?
I videoed it.
Oh my god!
It kind of felt like she Jin sprinted.
Really? Possible Jennifer?
Which we didn't have UV, so it would have to be.
It would have to be freeze.
Maybe.
Cheese! Cheese! Oh,
Oh, she definitely moved.
I was ready for them.
getting
I was ready for
warmer
my
in
moment. I was
It's
ready
getting
for
warmer in here, but it's
Well, how
not
cold is it out
in the
there?
hallway yet. Well, it's sunrise, so it's like 17 degrees.
EMF, music box, phone, burnt crucifix in 3, 2, 1. Never mind. Okay, that was rude. That was mean AF. Wow.
Wow, man.
Just mean spirited, you know?
Yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna get freezing now that she moved.
Oh, spicy. Now it's over here. Phone, EMF, 12 degrees. 6.8. What the hell? No, it's still. What? It is not that cold here, dude. Hope the hunts are going well. They're okay. Kinda. What is the game? It's Phasmo. How'd you find the channel, Joe? Mr. Clip, thank you for the follow. Jack, welcome in. Ghost. I'm gonna take a photo of you. Oh, we still need 2 sounds, huh? Shit.
Listen, Spirit, Myling, Obake, Jin, right? That's kind of what we're down to.
You know, stuff and things.
Got it.
What did I do with the sound recorder? Oh, it's right there. All right, I'm ready. Night Tool. Amy, thank you for the 1 year. Ew. Wait, do I already have that recorded? No, I don't. Mist form. Ghost event, mist
I
form.
don't know how to video of it.
Hey, let's go.
It's getting there. It's 8 degrees. It's progress.
Call dang it. Okay, dude, we know. No, we just did the weekly. No, we already did it. Spicy. There we go. Sounds are done. I need 1 photo, and it's gonna show up.
Yeah. Do you have the camera? Oh, okay. I was looking for that.
Hey, it showed up.
Seriously.
Jeez. Oh, she showed up.
How much did you pay them for these results?
Okay. Are we done?
Are we sure it's a Jin?
No.
We're as done as you want to be.
Be a real shame if you got hunted right now. means you're checking temps near a corner that are 90. Okay.
Little footies slapping on the floor sound real funny.
I know. I always say it's like a platypus.
Kind of. Little duck feet.
Little duck feet. Hey, Nocturnal, how are you? Do we need any of those on? It's this one, right? No. That one. Yeah. Ooh. Like a platypus, yeah. But her name's Gary, not Perry. Did it sprint?
It hasn't seen me yet.
Oh.
It went to the kitchen.
Oh.
It didn't ever come. I don't know. I was hoping it was going to come this way.
All right. Let's put these lights back
Okay.
on. Okay. Hey, you're about to fart again, aren't
Why
you?
does it
I
keep
knew
farting?
it. I knew it.
It's really obsessed with that.
Smudge at the ready. No hot water for you, a-hole. Super
We're gonna get to
gassy.
these freezing temps eventually, or the ghost is gonna move rooms again.
It's-
and then I'll cry.
It's fine. I'm prepping lights so we can run around the building. It ate the chili before it died.
Aw, you want to play Ring Around the Rosie?
Ring around the something.
Is that a no comment?
Wait, what is? Wait, what? What?
Do you want to play Ring Around the Rosie with the ghost? That's what I heard.
Oh, yeah, sure. Over at the lighter. I've got a lighter.
2.5 is the lowest I've gone.
It's not going to do it.
Well, it's also not hunting. It also hasn't touched the power. So there's that.
Oh, look, more
I'm
gas.
sorry. Is that another
Do you mean to have the
fart?
stream title, Matt? It shouldn't say that. It should say Monday. I corrected it earlier.
Ghost. Why are you so
Ghost.
Oh, I got 1.0.
Ooh.
Now it's just teasing me. Ah, 0.8.
Nice.
Ah!
It's about damn time. In a minute.
Thank God.
I mean, that literally
Yeah,
leaves
it's
nothing
gin.
but a gin.
Yeah.
And it's going to hunt us. Right. Yeah.
She went to bed. Like, I didn't smudge her this last.
You own the
Hunt?
game that you're
Neither
asking me
did
what
you.
this game is that you own, that you asked me what this game is that you own? Got it.
She's just having a nap. Maybe she needs more pretzels.
Hey, Palik, welcome in. Raiju. No. Oh, if I see
Maybe
lights
she just
flashing but
wants
no
someone to
footsteps, it's a
hug
Raiju.
her.
Oh. Wait. If you see lights flashing but no footsteps. What? Oh, it's a game that they own. Oh, okay. Well, this is definitely not the place to talk about that. Dude, this is stupid. I'm just going to leave. This ghost sucks. Like, why is it all of a sudden just stopped moving at all? No, it makes perfect sense.
I got it.
Nice. I'll just wait here. I forgot about the music box. The Raiju effects on the electronics. Yeah, oh yeah. The flashlights, the electronics going buggy or flashing from a further distance. Yeah. I don't know if she ever got the line of sight for it. There we go. I heard the gin speed up through the wall. Or through the window. Nice.
He's not very cooperative.
No, this ghost sucks. Let's leave. Hey, Dark Wolf. How are you? I did finally hear the sprint, though. It saw me through the window.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
A little bit of a butthole of a ghost, but we did
I
get
would-
there eventually.
I think we would literally have been waiting forever if I hadn't thrown that music box.
I think you're right. I think so. Darren, hello. What's up, Amber?
All right.
Do certain ghost types unlock as you level up? The only one I know of that does that is a Dio.
Not sand.
What? What did she say? Like Rumpelstiltskin, once you figure it out what it is, it just disappears.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
I wasn't sad. That's all.
Not sad.
Not sad.
Shawshank, hello.
Elizabeth wasn't very nice.
Amy, thank you again for the 12 months, friend. All right. Well, I technically chose Diner if you want to choose the next one.
Okay. Go Grafton.
Blood Moon time. Let's go.
Ooh.
Please. Please. Damn it.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before
Never in my wildest dreams.
I don't get enough blood moons to make up for your luck. Like, I feel like we get them about the same frequency.
Yeah. Just
Not
never.
much.
Never here.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it. Blood Moon in the doll room would be pretty sick. I think Blood Moon with the mannequins would be awesome. One of these days, Alice. One of these days. You need the Blood Moon emote for the Blood Moon emote. The power is upstairs. It has to happen eventually, right? Never mind, I'll get it.
I was not even in the building yet. Patience.
Patience 07.
His name is Ted.
I might have heard a shro with squeakers. Maybe I didn't. I did not. Okay. All right. Bye, squeakers. Bye, squeakers. Where is that?
Oh.
Oh, it's right there. Oh, he's naked.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
His pants are missing.
Why is he gotta be naked?
Listen, to be fair, the ghost is in the
Ted, can we
bathroom with a
talk
closed
about
door and we
this?
walked in. To be fair to the ghost.
You opened it. I just...
And you followed. What is this, a DoorDash situation? I've heard this story before. No pants. Thank you, Sarah. All right, I'm gonna grab video camera, Dot's book. That is usually my go-to. Yeah, to be fair to the ghost, we violated where it was. To be fair to the ghost. Wildfire, thank you for the prime. DoorDash story mentioned. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Is it over there or is it over here? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Oh. Was it over here or over there?
Oh, the ghost room?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was looking for
9
the first
degrees.
possession.
8 degrees?
You know, I guess I
Dream,
kinda just
thank you for the
assumed that
raid.
His room was where he spawned.
Oh, that event could happen from anywhere. To be honest, it's not that cold all over the place. It's colder in the hallway technically, but it's not even that cold. It's like 8 degrees. It's in the master bedroom. What a butthole. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You have a paw. Finally found it.
What's in the bedroom?
Somebody found my paw. Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's where the bone was.
Were you in the room where it vented? I assume no.
What a mighty fine coincidence.
What a coinky dink. What a coinkerdink. Was that screaming of the wind? That's the wind. It's the wind when you go near certain windows. So like if I go back over here near this window, it has a different sound. You can hear like the shutters and stuff going off. Pretty cool. I remember the first time I accidentally backed into an area that had that. The ghost is going to be an Onryo, by the way. All right. We will see. Wominator, thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate the prime, friend. She ate it. That's a big room. I think we need another crucifix.
Should I be worried that he's making stuff in his bedroom?
What the hell does that mean?
Well, I don't know what he's cooking.
See, like cooking a dookie? What do you mean?
Well, I got spare box. He turned on the burner on the dressing table. That doesn't
It is a
seem
little
safe.
sus that they have one in there to begin with.
Right, that's, yeah. Yeah.
Like, you gotta ask yourself, was that there like as they left, or like were there some, was it turned into like a homeless camp where like they took it over and they're like, this is their place
Like,
now?
this is, they're just like, this is my bedroom.
Yeah.
I swear to God, he doesn't have pants. does he? Someone told me that he was taking a bath and they came to the bedroom to put clothes on, but he's still naked.
Splish splash, he was taking a bite.
Also, I don't know if you heard, but I got spare box.
I did not. What the hell's going on? I can't hear half the stuff.
I don't know. Fans.
Walter lived here.
Fans, you know.
Ghosty.
Gross.
It answered, but I didn't get a recording out of it.
Oh, we have freezing.
What the dickens? Onryo's on the table, by the way.
We didn't have
Yikes!
Oh,
Run! Get it! Record! Shitballs! Come on!
You brought that in, isn't it?
Man! Oh, the crucifix? Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what happened to my camera. Do you have it?
No. Don't touch another person's camera. You crazy? Stop it.
Probably touched it.
Doing my own little Onryo test. I might die. I don't have a smudge.
Good news, I found it.
Good job.
Thanks. I'm doing so good today. I think I just
Ready.
took a photo of your insides or something. I don't even know.
Jesus, Dahmer.
But it says burn cruci.
Oh, come on!
Here,
What
you
an
can-
a-hole.
Wait, what are you trying to do?
I was standing over top of the crucifix with a lighter, and then it roamed over to the other side. Mother effer, dude.
Are we trying to Onryo test?
Well, this time I was just trying to capture audio, but apparently this game says no. You don't get to capture anymore.
Well,
You're
you
done.
know, last game treated you so nicely, so maybe you used up all your luck.
No, I'm ready for it. Go ahead, burn one of these crucifixes, you pantsless bastard. Oh yeah, wow, you can throw a hat. So cool. Real original. Ready. It spawns. Ready.
You could get it here. Talk to him.
Where are you? Where are you? Thank you.
All right.
Got it. All right, we have zero videos, by the way.
We have zero videos.
side note.
I see that.
I'm gonna grab a smudge.
We have one video.
Yeah, you did it. Think she's gonna live? I'm not 100% on that. Possible orbs? I would say, I mean, possible, yes, but I don't think they're there. I don't think so. Grab this, grab this, grab this. Let's run. Maybe BJM doesn't wear pants because they make him chafe. Oh wow, damn. That's a deep dive. That's a deep dig. Possible on Rio. I brought firelight.
Aww. All our cruises are gone, by the way.
Oh, uh-oh. Here's some salt.
Yep. Thanks.
We don't need this anymore.
I may die, but it was for a good.
No, you won't.
Just remember me when I'm gone.
She might die. Did you get that salt?
No.
Did you get that ghost running at us?
Yes.
Okay, it's about to haunt us.
Stupid naked butt.
Here it comes.
You heard me, Ted. Your stupid naked butt.
Would love to have 3 crucies. Would it be too OP though to give too many?
So smart. So smart. Ah. That's a, I might die. Remember me. Remember me.
I smudged.
Trying to get the, never mind.
Saved her life. Saved her life. Is it over? You are so welcome. Okay. What are we thinking? Did it spawn on top of the firelight or no?
Probably pretty close.
Okay.
It's still on normal speed.
I'm gonna get more firelights. Almost accidentally burned her smudge. No, you used to be able to do that, but they removed the ability to do that. These 2 in there. This. Timer's still going. I did do it a little bit late, but it should be okay. Should be fine. Do I like the new Grafton or Bleeds more? It's hard to say. I think they're both a different cup of tea.
I did it.
Did what?
Well, I got all the media.
Oh, nice.
Farting again.
You know, earlier it was funny. Earlier it was funny because you said, ghost fart, ghost fart, ghost fart. Ah! But I had no ghost event on my end.
I recorded it and everything.
It was just
That
you
is
in the
funny.
depths of the corner of the room going, ghost fart, ghost fart. Ah!
Me getting all by my lonesome.
Winter! Hi, friend. Hello. Thank you for the 60 months, dude. Holy shit.
Okay, well, now you're being suspicious. I was
Don't
gonna
be
say,
suspicious.
it was normal speed, and we don't have orbs, so it would seem like it was an on-Rio.
One would suspect.
Maroy just hadn't, like, our standing just wasn't low enough.
Yeah. I would like, if we see a blowout twice in 20 seconds on one, then we can say for sure.
It's true. My on-Rios don't cooperate that well.
Did they add new weather? Just the diner? Oh, the windy. Windy at the diner is like a sandstorm. Yeah. So it's just windy. It just looks funny. blowing out my firelight. It's not blowing out these firelights.
No, it just likes you. Aw,
Okay.
He's a fan.
All right.
Aw.
Well, here, I'll come over
Yeah.
here. I'll come over here so
That's
he'll
so
come visit
sweet.
you.
Aw.
All right, she's right here. Get her.
No,
Get her,
I
quick. She stole your pants. I saw it.
I didn't take your pants, Dad. It was him.
Liar.
Look.
She thieved
who
you
would-
of your
who would you
drawers. Are
believe?
you going to let her
Who
get
would
away
you
with this?
believe? Really? In a, like, standing next to each other, who would you believe? Me or Flash? I want to.
Flash or
Feel free to-
Greg?
feel
Who's it
free
going to
to-
be?
Yeah. No. Gary. Thank you.
Oh, Gary, not Greg. Sorry. Wrong name. My bad. That was my bad.
I feel like we should have a.
Thanos, thank you for the raid. What up, dude? Big. Thank you for the 2 months.
I feel like we should have a vote.
What the hell was that?
It keeps farting on you.
Wait a minute.
Although I have no idea why.
Is
the
this
light
bugged out?
flickering. Maybe.
Yeah, it's got to be bugged out. All right, this has to be an on-radio, dude. Being a weenie. Greg had his trousers stolen on Taskmaster, so I see. Oh man, I've only seen so much Taskmaster like in full episodes, but I have watched so many clips of it, and it's so funny, so good. Thanos, how was stream? Big, thank you for the 2-month prime. I do owe you guys an Advent open, which we will do a little bit later. That's sus, dude. I mean, it's not hunting. Except for right now. Go get her. She has your pants. She has your pants. Trust. Trust. Get her. Hey, what's up, Tushu? Yeah. Feeling on, Rio? Old Grafton is better in your opinion? I would definitely say nay. I would not agree. It's feeling ornery.
I'm ornery. I'm not. Definitely not
You said what I heard you
What's
say, right?
happening right now?
You said what I heard you said, right? You said what I heard you said?
No, probably not.
I don't know. You did a flyby. As I said, the ghost was ornery, and you said, "Oh, I'm ornery."
Yeah, I did. And then I said, no, I'm not.
Interesting. Noted.
What?
Duly.
Listen.
Listen. Hey, there's just salt outside. Careful.
Oh no, not
And a fire extinguisher.
outside.
Oh, everything's happening out here.
Fancy. Oh my god.
All right. Let's get the hell out of here.
Wait, did we ever get that vote confirmed whether or not people would trust you over me?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm just
I
curious.
can figure it out real fast. Hey, 1 in
Okay.
chat if you trust Break more, 2 in chat if you trust me more. 1 for Break, 2 for Flash. Who do you trust more?
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
3 is like Chinggis or something.
The correct
All right, there's a lot of
answer
ones.
Is trust me. Trust me.
Just basically just seeing, I said 1 for Break, 2 for Flash. I'm seeing just endless 2s. Yep. Just endless 2s, nothing but 2s. Yeah, they all trust me.
Y'all trust me? No, nope. Two must mean break. Yep, that's the only explanation. Mm-hmm.
All these sons
I'm
of
very
bitches all
trustworthy.
these sons of bitches are putting 1s.
See?
Bunch of bastards. I trusted you. I trusted you. Sick animals. All right. Ridgeview? I can have your vote. Thank you, Shauna. Hear me out. All tier 1, Point Hope, APOC 3. I'll just go singe my ball sack. It's the same pain.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
And way less time.
New intel. Reports
Yeah.
of light
No way in hell. That sounds
possibly
god
ominous,
awful.
But be careful out there.
That was your mistake trusting us. True.
Sunrise again.
It's your weather, right? What game mode we're playing? Nightmare. Nightmare. All right. We're going to figure this ghost out so fast. I'm going in there with nothing but media.
Okay. Okay.
Nothing
this
but.
one's gonna be. This one's gonna be.
That was a visual. You're very welcome.
Fill in.
Never trust break. Listen, I think there's just a mutual agreement that we don't do things to each other, you know, to start it. You just finish it. Are you trying to say something?
I said it's gonna be a mare, so you can just walk in and have it flip a light switch. That'd be great.
Roger that. Hiding. It's a Dio. Break is going to die to it. That would be so funny. I feel like it's been a little while, right?
I think I heard it throw something.
Ooh, power's on.
I definitely heard it. It threw a fork.
You got to be forking kidding me.
I'm not. Look, it's trying to eat off the floor like a heathen.
Ah, floor candy.
Floor candy, gross. Dining technically.
Okay. Well,
Based
here,
on
let's
temps?
move this guy over here then, so that way I can get the. Oh, there, I got it. Let's go. All right.
Nice.
There we go. It happens fast. Oh, sound.
You gotta be Hey, ready? Mare Billy. No? Ah,
No.
man.
No. What you have to do, you did it. You did it wrong.
Oh,
No, you
that
did
was me.
it. No, you did it wrong.
I'm breaking everything.
You have to go left, right. Turn off the left. Turn off the right. Right back on. Left back on.
Okay.
Turn around.
Okay.
Turn back.
Just like that.
Turn them both
secret
off,
code
and then the
for
ghost
old-
shows up in 3 seconds.
It's like that secret code for old games, like
Yeah.
up, down,
Down,
right,
up,
left,
down, down,
right.
left, right,
Yeah,
left,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Shit.
You know what I'm talking
I
about.
didn't do it. All right, let me get more stuff. What a weenie. If the ghost was a banshee, let it decide who stole the pants. Well, we don't know if this is pantsless or not. Alex, oh, they might be. They might be pantsless. I'm gonna bring crucifix. I'm gonna bring a smudge because I don't trust life. And yeah, should be good. The Konami code. Yeah, could be. You don't know. Where are you?
Ha ha ha.
Where are you?
Or
Where are you? Are you here? Where? Are you? What?
You know, that's first
Where are you?
step towards a mare.
taken away.
There we go.
Oh my.
All right. I just didn't record.
That's
Oh,
the first-
dudeskies.
Oh no, dots. That's not a step towards a mare.
Possibly a fan of Tom.
Ooh.
No, it wasn't taking a wee.
Everyone should
I don't
be.
think so.
Tom is lovely.
I've already got that sound. To be fair, Pajama Pam doesn't wear pants either. Touche. Valid. But at least she's covered. Unlike others. Oh, yeah, hey. That. Now, hear me out.
Yeah.
I think we might have a fan of Tom.
I can see that your Dots ghost photo looks like
Pretty
there's not
empty.
a ghost, but I mean desync, so I don't know.
Touche. I also do not see said ghost.
Okay.
Blow out the firelight. Come on. Paid fan.
What
of
are we
Tom.
gonna do with this fan of Tom?
You cook a dinner and then watch a movie?
Oh, what are we watching?
I was thinking Sixth Sense.
Oh. You know, the only time I've seen that movie, I was in high school. And it was in my Russian language class.
So you had to watch it in Russian?
Well, there were subtitles.
Okay, but you haven't watched it like all natural?
Look,
Like,
I don't do scary things, so no, I have not watched it in English.
may I suggest Twilight? Get out of here.
No.
13 Ghosts? Oh, I want to do that as a movie night in the Discord.
I'm sorry.
I want to do
know.
13 Ghosts as a movie night.
I know. I hate scary movies.
No, don't record it. God damn it. That's the third sound. That's the same sound again. I did it again.
Is it ready? Did I get the disturbed wall? I did. Let's go. I was scared I got
She
motion
plays
sensor.
Phas, yeah. Will you please blow
It's a
it out?
skill issue, Flash.
Oh, hi. See ya.
You just gotta be nicer to the ghost.
Is it a skill issue? All right, get Dot's video.
Okay. Grandma, you're gonna cooperate, right?
What'd you say?
Oh, no! Grandma, get back here! I was like a quarter of the way. That wasn't even close.
So I'm not exactly sure what your grandmother looks like, but I'm almost
Wait, is
certain
that a
it does not
grandma?
look like Alex
Could've
Shipman.
I could have sworn I saw Grandma. I didn't even look at the ghost name. Well, this is awkward.
I'll leave you two alone.
Listen, one of my grandmas is dead. The other one, you know, I don't.
Grandma? Break needs some glasses. I'm not exactly sure what Break saw. What?
Who is it then?
It's I think the technical name for the ghosty I think is the nerd model.
Oh. Wait, is he wearing glasses? Is he you?
None of the hey, listen here, butthole.
If the dots fit or something, I don't know. I got nothing. He's not doing the dots.
Yeah, because he's offended.
I did call him grandma.
He's offended. First, you called him grandma. Then look, there he is. There he goes.
Ah, damn it! I was like 3/4 of the way that time. That was rude.
Tisk tisk. Shame, shame. Come on, ghosty. Have I had any paranormal experiences in real life? When I was younger, I did a little bit of ghost hunting.
Ghost, why don't you cooperate? Oh, object thrown.
Ooh,
Let's go.
EMFer. Ka-chow. All right.
I just want dots. That's all I want. I don't need more
all right,
objects
I'll leave you two
thrown.
alone. I'll let them have their moment.
Probably a fan of Flash, and he's about to stalk
No,
you.
it's not. It's a fan of time. Maddie, thank you for the 27 months. Thank you, friend. Break and Flash it is. Wonder who's going to kill who. You know, she's being pretty mean. The 1997 movie Cube. Is that the one with Jennifer Lopez? Somebody took my paw. But it wasn't this one because I found one.
You just steal someone else's paw.
Took a picture of it.
All right, well, we just need 2 more of those. Did we?
I'm on the search for the boner jam.
Noted. I'll start looking.
Yeah, I don't see it over there. It's got to be over there somewhere. of the Cube, good movie. I feel like I do remember it. I feel like it was like kind of crazy.
Oh, it's being raked.
Oh, get raked on.
You know, probably sounded a lot weirder. Than
Yeah, that's careful. Enunciation. Enunciation. It is being raked.
Raked.
There you
Like
go.
it's some leaves.
Bone, Paul, go that. Okay, I'll be right back.
Cruci? Did you get the Cruci?
Oh, no. Hold on.
You don't want to take one more photo?
The cell. Oh, am I thinking of the cell?
You're gonna be spicy.
A cube is sort of a
I'd be
cell,
scared.
is sort of a sausage, but in a cube. Is that the one where they have to go from cube to cube to cube? Glacius! I wish to see the ghost.
I knew you were gonna do that. Something tells me he doesn't want to be seen.
Oh my god! I threw my smudge. What the absolute hell is going on?
All right.
I didn't know where the ghost was. It burned the cruci. I was freaking out. Nope.
Oh my god! Get out of me!
What a wild thing to say in 2025.
He was behind you. He was in the living room.
Wow. That's everything.
Like the professionals we are, and there was absolutely no panicking, no mistake.
Ads are about to play, by the way, but we know it's a phantom. We know it's a phantom. We're about to leave. Just a heads up for the
Nothing like
people that are going to get hit.
Yeah.
Which see the ghost. How about no? All right.
Wait.
Fan of Tom.
Boom.
Did you ever get a Dots
Tom.
video?
No.
Dang. That's sad.
Listen, Linda.
And she calls me the nerd. And she calls me the nerd. Classic.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
There we go. Ads.
I didn't need to. I got a Cruci video.
I was banking on getting an actual image of the ghost, not the cruise, but I was scared for my life. I thought it like ate the crucifix, and then I made it hunt, and then it hunted away from the crucifix, and then I was gonna die. So I panicked. I threw my smudge.
I definitely when it as it showed up because you wished to see it.
Yeah.
Burned the Cruci and then showed up. I definitely thought it was hunting. Yeah.
Yep. Just a heads up. I don't know what's happening in your ad space. Mine are already running. Just a heads up.
I got like 10 minutes, so I can run them early.
It's up to
Then
you,
we
boss.
Can just... Oh,
Let
okay.
me- It happens, okay? Here, how about this? While the ads are running, we'll do the thing. Where'd it break go? Oh, she's over there. All right. I might need to figure out a different way to do this. Actually, I'm gonna go off of the ad screen. Hold on. Yeah, let me go off the ad screen for a second. For now, you know what? It's fine for now. It's fine for now. We'll just do this because the 8th, we're not going to worry about the 8th for a little bit. All right. So now for this month, what we're going to be doing is every day that we reach the daily goal, then we are going to open one of the boxes of the advent calendar. So if we reach it on a certain day, I will open that number of that day. It could be anything. It could be gifted subs to chat. It could be gifted merch. It could be me having to do something gross, all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to I need to add more to it. There's some in there now that are repeated a little bit. I'm going to make it so that there's a lot more unique on there. 'Tis the plan. But we did reach the first day. So we're going to see what's under number 1. And then we'll go from there. 10 gifted immediately straight out the box. There you have it. There you have it. Give me a second. I will do the things. Poison Ivy, thank you for the gifted game, Jack. Oh, thank you for the biddies. Oh, it just takes so long to load. I don't know why it does this. So do you put your name on an ornament? I'm not putting my name on an ornament. No. There you go. All right. I need to basically shush that up because it's going to do that for every single one of those. There we go. GG's. If you guys got gifted, enjoy. What do the ornaments look like? They look like these. They look like these. And then I'll write someone's name really big on there and then put it on the tree. Yeah. I owe Ellie an ornament from earlier. Is merch included in the advent calendar? It is. Yeah. Merch is another possibility as well. Hearted?
Hear me out.
All right.
Thinking something a little bigger.
Okay.
Like, do we want like a maple?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or have we had enough camping?
No, maple is a different feel, a way different feel.
It really is.
For
it
sure.
really is. I love maple.
Maple's a wonderful map. There's things I like about the newer version of it. I do kind of wish, I don't know. I miss some things about the old version.
Yeah. I think I had just
Aw,
barely
Mike,
gotten
thanks, dude.
used to the layout of the old version when they changed it, so I wasn't attached at all.
Right. I'm cool with it.
Sweet. Let's do it.
I need to play that. I haven't played Repo in a minute.
Not the rain, though.
That sounds like me abusing Chinggis.
Looks like this is going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
It looks like they left in a hurry.
I bet they did. Probably left all their children behind.
What the was that coming from her? Hey, be careful if you go near the dock.
Yeah?
Be careful, okay?
Should I be worried? What's gonna happen?
There's a shadow wiener in the middle.
Oh God! I'm pretty sure you've pointed that out to me before. You and or Glay.
Just be careful. Be careful, okay?
You would both do
There's
it.
a shadow
you know?
ween right there.
I see it. I see it. I hate it here.
Hi, Phoenix. Yes, friend. Hey, guys, to the follows. Welcome in. Key Straws, thank you for the 21 months. Oh, my God. All right. I'm going to do this. It's raining, so I'm going to bring the parabolic and
Okay.
pray. Want to play Repo?
Parabolic
I would
and
love to
Prey.
play Repo.
I like your strategy.
Yeah. I would love to play Repo.
Yeah.
I've only seen like 5 of the new monsters. Technically. All right, I'm going to go left. I thought I just heard something immediately. We got Slendy Pants, though.
Check out that dock, not because of what you said. I'm just headed that way, okay?
Whatever you need to tell yourself. Slendy. How do you realize that it's a mare in Phasmophobia? Get your evidence. What do you mean? Need an RV there yet day? Maybe. Maybe. There's a million other games. There's a newer like ghost hunting game that I want to try. Apparently it's got some learning curve on it. Oh, that's the roof. Gotta be 100%. I don't even remember the name of it right now. But there's a new ghost hunting game I want to try with some friends. Because you can be the ghost. Roger that. Hunt begins. Ooh, that might be what it is. That might be it. Yeah. Yeah. You guys are right. Yep. I've played Mortuary Assistant. It's been a long time. Dude, I got nothing. That's the one. Yeah.
I haven't heard anything yet either.
Toe, how do you feel about this? So I will play that. And I also really want to try out, Doc was telling me to try, what is the other one called? Unknown? Is it Species Unknown?
Someone lost their hips in the cabin.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's awkward.
It looks really nice. Yeah, it just looks really nice. I ain't heard squat, bruh.
Nothing.
I think Hattie was mentioning that one being awesome. Well, I think the one thing that they don't have is I don't think that they have prox chat, which is crappy. Try and do an Easter egg? Hmm?
Yeah, someone promised me it would work for me.
Whoever promised you is a liar.
It never worked. It literally never worked.
I hate using Discord. Me too, especially if it's a game. Ooh, if it's a game that's supposed to be about being like immersive. I have a feeling the ghost is literally right in the front.
Oh. Well,
Yeah, it's 2
that's
degrees.
Well, that's convenient.
Prox chat isn't relevant in Phas since there's comms. Well, no, that is relevant in Phas just because there's comms. So using a walkie-talkie in Phas is the same thing as talking in Discord. You can hear people from anywhere. But proximity chat, you don't have to listen to them the entire time. When they get too far away, you no longer hear them. Good night, Copper. Have a good night, friend. Yeah, I think saying that prox chat isn't relevant in Phas, I think is a weird statement. I think that's incorrect. I think that's just wrong. There's absolutely a purpose. 100%. It's about it being immersive. Oh, I use prox chat every chance I get. Every chance. All right. What's it doing?
I don't know.
That it goes fart.
Oh, farting.
That a fart?
Ew. Ew.
Maybe they misunderstand the concept of prox chat. Maybe. Yeah, it could be. All right, I got a camera down.
All right.
Got a book, got some dots. Gonna lay some more stuff down too. I'm gonna get that other crucifix while we're at it.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah. Hey Vince, what up? Just like in everyday life, I like to walk away from some people so I can't hear them. Right. Imagine if they had the ability to contact you at all times, no matter what, and you had no choice. Hearing a muffled scream from another floor is one of my My dear, there you are.
Hey, how are you? Where are you?
I offered her a gift.
You here?
Yeah.
Aw,
Right here.
Did she like it?
I'm not sure. We'll see if she hunts in a second. Oh, she's throwing stuff. Do we complete the weekly? We did. We did. It's fun listening to Doc riff on something and then his voice fades away. And anybody. It's so good. I love it. I love it. Ghostie's not giving us squat. Atlanta, what's up?
Wait, what exactly did you give her?
I gave her a coloring book.
Aw, do you have a lighter?
I do.
I don't. That's an EMF 5.
Ayo. I can't even hear that from here.
Skill issue? I mean, you are getting old.
Wow, dude. Imagine letting some old guy just kick your ass in this game. Isn't that crazy?
Wow! You know what? Apparently I woke up and chose violence today. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not. We also have freezing.
You know what? Hold on. I have an idea. So wait, you said we have freezing and EMF?
Yeah, EMF 5 and freezing.
Is this thing being a shade or what? Although it's doing stuff in the room.
No, it's doing stuff. It blew out the firelight.
Right. Interesting.
We had a mist ball, not an Oni.
Oh, that's right. We did have a fart ball. Jen or twins?
Yeah.
Do we feel like it's very twinifer?
I don't know.
Hope she's not looking for a smudge.
Did you spill all? Okay. All right.
What?
I
What's
see
up?
how it is. Nothing. It's fine.
You delusional? It's probably the age. Hello, princess. Hi, chicken leg. Hello, princess. Let's turn these off. Sure to turn that one off. She did. She did. Queen, thank you for the raid. How are you? All right, thank you for the 11 months, dude. Howdy doody. What's up, chicken leg? How are you, friend? How's that truck treating you?
It's really nice and cozy in here. Warm.
Oh, we could get a picture of this. Ka-chow.
Doing great, sweetie.
Thank you. Burn Cruci. What the hell? Burn Cruci, motion sense, disturb salt. We don't need that. Fire extinguish could be one. God, it's so loud, dude. Think about the spirit box sound recording. Oh, well, princess. She already got that. I don't want that. I want this. Ah, come on. A loadout tutorial? No, that sounds awful. While that might be helpful, that's definitely not my bag. I'm sure there's plenty of people that have already made those. Hello, princess.
So rude.
What
There was
happened?
an EMF 5. There was an EMF 5, and the second I went to record it, it stopped.
Oh.
Oh.
Nanor. It touched Nanor.
How dare.
Touch it back. He won't do it. Oh, God.
Am I gonna die? Flash, am I gonna die?
You know, it's hard to say.
Yeah, you burned all the smudges. I saw what you did.
What do you mean? Sorry, it's the old age. I forget what I do sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Problem that the elderly have. It's okay. We forgive you.
Thank you. I'm lucky to get home every day, you know?
You forget toe. You forgot him again, didn't you?
Toe? No, no, no. We were just waiting for a moment.
Oh, okay.
Ah, come on. All right, that's not what I meant. Quick, get her. Quick, the switch on the wall beside you. Go for it. Buy her some time to get out alive, I guess. You can come out now.
Okay. So I couldn't really hear her. She was really fast at one point.
She was kind of instantly fat. I don't know. She had line of sight immediately. I'm not sure what's going on.
Oh, I'm not sure, Jim. Or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I could get a video of her right now, though, if she wanted to show up.
She doesn't want to. She saw what you did.
She saw what I did.
Yeah.
I feel like she would approve. Toe would approve. She would approve. Son of a bitch.
Behind you. Behind you?
Oh, hey, that worked. I got the door moved. Oh, hi, Pam.
Oh.
Hi.
All
That
right,
sounded like that was in front of me. I'm like, are my headphones on backwards? What the hell? All right. Oh, so we still don't know what it is, though.
Nope.
No, give me this.
The hell?
Give me this.
You lose a water bottle?
I'm running. Running. Sounds a little fast. Twinage? Little twinage? Well, of course I can find you. You're hunting across the map, you idiot. Can't find me. Okay. I think we have, I think that's twinage.
Did she sound fast to you?
Sound a little fast.
Oh.
All right. I brought Toe a thermos. There you go.
That's kind.
I
She
thought
sounded-
so.
I'm crazy. Okay, but I couldn't hear that well. I was outside, so.
Man, listen, if you want to run in there real quick, I mean, you could just do the old loop-de-loop and pool on the picnic table.
I would die, probably.
You wouldn't die.
Probably.
Come on, believe in
No,
yourself.
I trust you. I trust you.
Look, do it in
You
the
just
name
want
of
me to-
Toe.
You
Toe
just
would
want
want
me
this.
to get a ghost hug.
Toe would want
I'll
this for
take him
you.
with me.
Toe
Come on,
would
Toe.
want this
Let's
for
go
you.
get a ghost hug.
Why
Toe,
would you
come here.
purposely get a hug?
Come
You're
here.
gonna
Toe,
live.
Toe.
It's
We're gonna go die
fine.
together.
See you, Lunar. You're fine.
Remember us.
Just remember, it's all in the hips.
Sure. Don't forget us, okay?
Well, how am I going to forget you? You're right in front of me.
Like, when we're gone.
Which is cursed. Think of the 5 months. Save Toe. I might have to if she doesn't live. Is the table too close to the wall? I don't think it's the table too close to the wall. I think it's the post right there that screws it up. Here it comes. She spawned in the hiding spot. See, they're doing great. Just fine. I don't know what she's so worried about. Her and Toe got it in the bag. How do I not have more viewers? I forgot to tell them to show up. Yeah.
No, Pam! Down, girl.
Oh my God. Oh my Lanta.
It wasn't good, but we did it
She like you too.
the whole time.
See, I told
Good
you.
thing
Look, Toe
Good
was
thing I had Toe
proud.
with me for comfort.
He looks a little frightened though. He's worried. He's a little worried. All right, there we go. Queens. The clean shaven icon's kind of weird. Dude, I've just had that image. I've used that for so long. I just keep it.
Welcome back.
Inevitably, I just keep it. The tweens. I knew it. Go to a little edger field.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, bounce around a little bit. They need a toe plushie. Well, funny enough, this bean over here actually made me one that is living on my shelf right there. You can see his bulbous head. He's on my shelf as we speak.
Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Eva. Eva. Hog, thank you for the follow. Peyton, welcome in. All right, let's flashlight. You know what?
Oh my God, my game just like hard froze. I thought I was
Oh, mine does that.
done for.
All right, I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna do a thing. Okay, nope. Head to bed. Good night, Juju. Lucifer, how are you? Baz likes freezing quite a lot. Yeah, because it's not the PC. That's why.
Okay, I'm just gonna get this parabolic over and done with. Oh, you're gonna play with your sound sensors? Have fun.
Thank you. Our footies were being picked up.
I didn't even get the power on.
No, it's busy.
Okay.
Look, my sound is happening for upstairs hallway. Did you just flip a switch?
So I turned on the switches in the, well, maybe. I turned on the lights in the downstairs hallway.
Well, that's not the upstairs hallway.
Well, I don't know. No, there's no light switches on in the upstairs hallway.
Well, I mean upstairs in general. I thought I heard a switch.
No, I don't. Well, unless it's one of the bathrooms.
Yeah, but I don't see any lights on though.
Yeah, unless it's one of the bathrooms.
No. Negative.
No, I don't know what you heard.
There's
That's
something
weird.
happening. I'm getting sound readings for upstairs hallway, downstairs.
What the heck?
I don't know. It could still be up here, technically. I just don't trust it anymore. Back to lurking. Thank you, friend. Oh, man.
I don't like it here.
Oh, man. Close you. Oh, man. Where do you think it spawned from?
Dining, maybe?
Ish? I'll go get some stuff.
Ish? Somewhere between
Yeah.
border.
I'll go get the tings. All right, let's bring this, let's bring that, and we're also going to bring that.
I actually think it's probably hallway because it's colder. It's 15 versus 17.
Roger that.
Or kitchen, 13?
All right, I need you to make up your mind.
Laundry? It's 8?
Okay, dude. Oh, another house? It's 4.
Listen.
Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Oh, God. Where are you? Are you here? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Now it's Grandma.
Well, she just hissed at me.
Just a,
I think she only likes you.
all right, I'm coming back.
She's hissing at me like, get out. Stay away.
That's what hissing says to you?
Yeah, but then she said hi to you. You clearly don't have cats, man.
Well, I'm sorry that my people cats don't typically talk to me like this.
Your people cats.
Yeah. Dead person spawns in front of me and you're like, oh yeah, talk to it like a cat.
No, I said it hissed. And you were like, oh, is that what a hiss means? I'm like, yeah, because that's what it means when my cat's doing it. Listen.
Oh, there's your cat.
There's my cat. So weird.
It's another scene
Thought I
event,
left
by
him
the
at
way.
home. Yeah.
Just throwing that out
Grandma
there.
seems like a... Grandma seems like...
Do a banshee whale. You won't do it, nerd. Do it. You won't do it. Shababy, thank you for the roses. Thank you guys for the follows. I don't know. I had a Ure that like sang to me 3 times in a row the other day, so I'm not sold on a banshee, but it's worth a try. Here, kitty, kitty. He just threw a floating plate at me and then said, hey.
Oh, she said hey to you too? Maybe she was...
What makes you think banshee and what is that you're using? This is a parabolic microphone to listen to the ghost for certain sounds, and I think it's a banshee because it sang to us multiple times. She said, hey. Psst. But yeah, but she didn't like psst at me. She actually said, hey.
No, she said, I got a sound recording that she said hey.
Oh, okay. It's probably gonna be a Ure. We have 0 evidence, right?
EMF 5.
When the hell did we get EMF 5?
Like just 30 seconds ago
Oh
when I
my
said we got EMF
God,
5.
you did not say that out loud.
I did.
I swear to God, there's so many things that you're not saying that you say you're saying, but you're not saying. I am telling you.
I swear to God I did.
She did not say that there was EMF 5. Lies and slander. She did not. Give me this. Gary's playing hard to play.
I just literally had to walk out the front door to record that sound.
Oh shit, she's on the porch?
She tried to follow you out the house.
Oh my God. She does love me. I knew it.
She's about your age.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hold on, wait. Follow me.
I
Wait.
had to.
Follow me. Follow me.
Following.
Here you go. I found your room. Go ahead. See you later.
Are you calling me a baby?
I'll send grandma up there to change her diapers in a minute.
Oh my god. Look, the opportunity presented itself. And a button for punishment.
I thought I heard a door on another floor. That was weird. Okay. Wait a minute.
I don't know. I was too busy laughing. It's fine.
EMF spear box dots. Where the hell is this ghost? Hey, Shady Kit. Listen. Oh, there it is. All right.
Oh, hey.
A little sus of a wraith, but then it decided to do the things.
No UV. All we have is EMF 5.
Correct.
Like, I don't even see my... Oh my god.
Yikes.
Because, like, I don't even see my breath right now. Laughing at us in the hallway. That's rude.
That poison. Oh no. Wait, where is it walking?
Is it in the hallway now? This is the question.
Heading out, see a blob. Well, that was cute.
Not even a little bit. I take everything I said. I'm
Listen, it just wants to be friends. It's okay.
I don't want it.
It's just a frit. Careful, it's effing shoes. No, I wanted this, and this. Another singing event? Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh, you creepy, shadowy beesh. Okay, dude.
Listen, Grandma.
You spicy hooker. Stop.
Listen, Grandma. Do we have... Oh, we do.
We do. Another, what, crucify fix?
No,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
another cruci. Where are you?
Right here.
Are you here?
Yep.
Are you close?
Cat, thank you for the sub.
Friendly? Where are you? Are you near? Are you far? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Where are you going? Where are you?
I wonder if this is a Goryo and we're just not pinpointing where it is. You know what I mean? I'm a little sus. Okay. Oh, she's back in the room. Crusader, hello. Hey, Pagan, how are you? Hey, we have EMF 5. Oh, no. Oh, I got your dead body. Okay, we're good. Damn youngins. All right. So, hear me out. Actually, I'm going to go get another camera. Let's go get another camera. This might be a Goryo, to be honest with you. Okay, there's no need for that to get so bright. Thank you. Bye, Gary. I'm going to watch this with the potential of it being a Goryo. Still enjoyed the timing I did with Flash and Nose. Oh, the dirty water? Oh, yeah. I hear the death sound. You know, she talks a tough game, and then she's dead. So how about them apples? Mm-hmm. Meggers, thank you for the heart me. Like, I don't know where the ghost is walking around now. It is not walking around there at all. Makes it very, very tough. All right, I'm going back in. F this. Oh, now it does? I hate your face. You know what? No. Better idea. F this. Over here. I'm sus of a Goryo, even though it's like kind of feels like it's everywhere. If she stayed in the nursery, she'd still be alive. Yeah, sucks to suck, you know? What's up, Urban? It is what it is. Oh yeah, it's toying with me. It's playing with its food. I'm about to just run and let it hunt, so I can check for the other evidence. F it. That's exactly what we're gonna do. F it. Yee. Has that always been something you could pick up? Another singing event, dude. Smudge. But it can't even be a banshee, which is crazy. You see how many singing events this stupid thing's doing? It's not even that cold. It's really not. Yeah. It's here, but it's like 8 degrees. Trying to say something. No, it's not. Took a break from playing this for a bit, but some of the vids have helped you transition back. Hell yeah, Hog. All right. It is not getting us the second piece of evidence, whatever the hell this may be. All right. We're missing anything? Where's the second dots? Did we have a second dots? What the hell? What the? Okay. There we go. Let's try that. Let's see. It's a mimic hiding dots. Could be. Hard to say. Potato, welcome in. This ghost is being quite the weenie. I don't even know what the... Do I know what the cursed possession was? Does it have orbs? No. All right, I'm gonna let it hunt again. Because it can right now. I need to hear it. Remember when they messed up the mimic where... Oh, there goes, just tried to hunt. Where it could be Goryo dots. Okay, so it can't be a spirit because that was under 180. It's walked in salt. I don't know. Relax. Did it fart on her earlier? Imagine if it's a shade. What a jerk. Oh, it did do Ring Around the Rosie. You're right. You're right. It should be able to hunt me now. Maybe. That's slow twin. Kind of has to be, right? Freezing spirit box EMF. Where you at, Ghost? Walk through that one more time, please. Thanks. I would love to see the evidence. Would love to see it. Freezing spirit box EMF. I mean, okay. Unless the spirit box was absolutely bugging. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you close? Where's the freezing? I mean, where's the where's the thermometer? I did not know there's cards. Hey, how are ya? Oh. Spirit box is hard with twins. Not really. You just have to know where the main spot is. Where am I going? Tarot cards. I'm thinking of the freaking monkey ball. My God. Oh, did it break him up here too? What an asshat. You know how fast it is now? Oh, that's dangerous. I said it's dangerous because the twins' interaction range is so far. High Priestess incoming? That'd be pretty sick. I would be pleased. I am a little scared. I feel like I've seen a hanged man in every one of my recent tarot decks, though, which is a little sus. Okay, it must have cut the power. That's fine. All right, let's try this again. Nothingness. It's just chance. Just got my sanity back. Oh my God. That scared the shit out of me. Hi, Grandma. I tried. Either way, you would just leave the ghost in the house. That is true. I tried to bring her back, man. I tried. Okay, I pulled every last card. I didn't get a hanged man card, so that's a win. Thank God. Wish you got a high priestess. That'd have been cool. Sorry I couldn't bring you back. Here you go. Enjoy. Didn't insult the cards. This is true. Very, very true. Wait, you know what? Nah, it's not. Wait, wait. You know what? Yeah. Oh, look, a shoe. Oh, damn. I didn't put it close enough. Look at that neck, though. Holy shit. All right. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Lovely, love, 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 love.
Welcome back.
Winter, welcome in.
Job's ready for you.
Nice. Look at that. Easy dubs.
It's fine. I probably deserved that death. She just like marched right over to me and was like, "You."
What makes you
gone.
think that you deserved that?
Nothing.
Was it the nonstop insulting people in an evening? Does that deserve death?
No.
No.
That's called kindness. No. You got confused. It's fine. I already said that you were gonna regret having said yes to playing games.
What's that
'cause I'm just
JoJo's?
being
What's that
mean
JoJo
all
Siwa
night
song?
long.
How's that go? What is that song?
You'll have to ask Chiba. I've never heard it.
I'll ask Cheeps. Cue the Cheeps. Karma's a bitch. Have there been any reports lately for glitches with checking? I don't know.
What
We
are
don't
you
get to
thinking?
see the reports
You wanna keep
publicly.
it on Nightmare?
Yeah, that's totally fine. It's been chill.
Yeah.
I did choose Edgefield if you want
Sort
to
of.
choose the map, though.
Ooh, okay.
The best thing that we can do is we can see the channel where they note bugs, but it doesn't even have all of them in it. It doesn't have all of them.
Do we want Sunny restricted? You know what? I got a better idea. We're gonna let random have
Okay.
its way. Yeah.
Roger that.
If it takes us to high school, then I'm
It's not.
so sorry.
We're fine.
Yeah, I don't think it will. I think
No.
we're okay.
Not going to do it.
We'll be fine.
See? Back to Ridgeview. Easy. Easy dub.
We've arrived. Check the equipment.
Easy dub.
Get set up before
Absolutely, Ridgeview is my
Motion.
favorite.
there have been no reports of a
Motion, do a photo, grab an EMF. So I can take a photo of that, take a picture of the bone, take a picture of the cursed possession. Yeah, let's floor it. We're flooring it this time. Hey, Jin, welcome in. Nothing to be had yet. Hiding. Franklin. Boner. No power. Downstairs. Down we go. Cam in the van has been like keeping me on its screen and not letting you leave it. Oh, interesting. If you're actually unable to back out, I would report it. Report it for sure. All right, where's it at? Ghosty's taking a shower.
As long as it's closed.
I can't promise that.
His name is Edie. We're fine.
Yeah, but what if like all of a sudden there's a new ghost model we don't know about?
I've had enough naked today, thank you.
No, the motion sensor's not going off.
Oh, someone's trying to tell us it's a child.
Oh, there it is.
Should we
Okay.
fire them? I feel like we should fire them.
Fire them?
Yeah, they said it was gonna be a child. Absolutely fired.
Gross. Hey, check the window. Hey. Hey.
I got it. There's no UVs.
Okay. All right.
Zero fingies.
Okay. I apparently did not detect the ghost though.
Oh, okay.
Detect a ghost presence with a okay, can you please pick that up and place that down?
Yep.
That's twice now. It's done that, by the way.
I don't know that me doing it
Goes
is
for it?
gonna fix it.
Listen, it's worth a try.
Where? Did it hit you?
No. It just
Oh.
shut off the power though.
Well,
like
I literally got
a-hole.
nothing either. No, that's enough. We're in a drought.
Having issue where friends get stuck in the second the hunt starts. Oh, interesting. I haven't had that happen yet. What an a-hole. Wow, dude. Gonna cut the power from underneath this? Okay. Hey, Jocelyn, how are you? Trying to save on the power bill. Yeah, but it's but look what it's doing though. All right. You don't have any of that stuff. Do this. Do that. Do this. I've already got 2 of the objectives done. Nice. Adulting. What about you? Chilling. Just chilling. Hey, Ms. Zuzu, how are you? What up, fool? What do we got? Oh, orbicals.
The ghost laughed at me. Oh,
Oh yeah.
apparently orbs.
I got it.
And then I was getting scared because you've been gone for a while, and
Well, I went back to get stuff.
then I saw that we had Frank, and I was
Uh-oh. Is that a Taylor Swift? Yo, was that Taylor Swift coming to attack me?
Was it a Thay or was it maybe a Hantu?
I don't know. It sounded quick.
It did
Could be.
sound quick.
Could be a Hantu. Right. Why does that have a lock symbol on it? What the fuck? All right. There's no writing.
to throw the book. Or just not yet.
No.
Okay.
It hasn't touched the writing book. Don't see dots
Just
it
not yet.
either.
Yeah. Oh,
It's writing, by the way. Oh, by the way, I meant to tell
You're
you.
just a little too quick. You
Little too
were a
quick,
few
little too
seconds
quick.
ahead.
All right. Well, we know it's a Thay.
Okay. Well, there we go.
All right. Well, let's get some stuff up there. I want to bring Firelight, a Smooge, and a Gruzvik. Yep. 100% know what it is now. Hey, Brew, what's up?
Did you shut the front door?
What the fu- Yeah, I did.
Okay, weirdo. Who shuts the front door?
You were questioning what
Nobody
the
lives
ghost
here.
was.
No, I was just confused how the door got shut. Mm-hmm. That means a thing.
Scooch that down the hallway a little bit.
Can't be a mimic.
There you go. Put that guy right there. Up.
Too soon.
Up.
Too soon, ghost. Okay.
Up.
Not that though.
Do we need a sound? Yeah, we did.
We
All right, do the
need-
firelight. Do the firelight, you butthole.
Yeah, do it. Where's the salt? I don't care. I'm not picky. He's picky.
She's laughing at you. Oh no!
we already
I need you
had
to delete that. She's already laughed at us once. Quick! Delete it! Quick! Delete it! Quick! Okay, I got it. I was worried. All right, I'm bringing this one in here.
Do we need photos?
Wait, where do you have the wait?
Yes, we do.
Oh, did I not eat that twice? I'm so confused. Cookie lady!
What are you doing? You're falling apart.
I thought that was eaten twice, and I looked over and I'm like, no.
Oh,
that's
the
been eaten
cruising.
once.
No, it only burned it once.
Yeah, that's weird.
We just got those. You know what? Now it is.
You see what you did? Look what you make mommy do.
My fault. What do you
By the way,
mean?
we're done.
Yeah, we are. We got
Yep.
everything.
Hot sexy one, welcome in. Cookie lady, how was stream?
Probably should leave with our lives intact.
No, it's fine. Ghosty's not going to do nothing. I took its favorite plate.
For my sins. How dare you? Its favorite plate.
It's fine, China.
How can you even tell?
Oh,
They all
you can
look the
tell.
same.
So if you look close enough, there's a little nick right there at the top. Do you see it?
No.
It's right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dead giveaway.
Yeah, there's like a hole in it.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
fine.
Cruci goes right through.
Just bake cookies? Ooh. How we know is the Thay the speed? The speed. What's up, Eagle? Oh, fire extinguisher.
Well.
Look at that. That's perfect. Let's go.
Wait, do we know if Edie was a child or not? Out of curiosity, did you see her?
I never even actually saw the ghost. Wait, did I?
Neither did I. I don't think I did. Oh, look. It looks so good on that shelf. It's like it's meant to be.
Fine China. You know, at no point during this investigation do we actually see the ghost.
We did not. Nope.
Okay. Good enough for me.
Yes, curiosity is non-existent.
Sure. Whatever. It didn't like Faz being called a nickname, evidently. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Sold, dude. Sold.
Nice
Ads are about to happen,
easy.
friends. Ads are about to happen.
Took a whole eight and a half minutes. I mean, we were kind of slow.
I know. We could do better.
Probably could have picked
You
up
know
the
what?
pace.
Listen. You know what? Let's do it in Willow. We're gonna fly through
Okay.
this one.
Speed run.
We
Got
got
it.
this. Speed run.
Focus is on.
All right, focus.
Alright. Focus
Focus
on.
up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Focus up. Hornet, not even looking. We're just going. We're just going. Music box. Bone. Bone and music box are both right in the front door.
I'm off to a bad start. I forgot my headlamp.
All right, it was good talking to you.
Thanks.
Nothing yet.
Miss Becky,
It's here.
can you show up for a photo?
6.5 right there in the hallway.
Becky.
I don't know if she just heard me or not. Okay, floor it. Floor it. Harder, definitely solo? Not necessarily. No, solo can be easier at times.
He had EMF 5 for like half a second.
Roger that, I'll take it. Speedrun? We're just seeing if we can do it quickly. Yeah, not necessarily trying to like speed run to put it on speedrun.com or something, but just seeing if we can do it fast. All right. Keep my eyes peeled in case shit happens. Nothing. Nothing. My fastest run, I'd have to go check. My literal fastest run, I don't even, I saw orbs at Camp Woodwind and left because I had a 0 evidence run and I saw orbs, so I knew it was a mimic. But I have speed runs on there of doing regular runs. I have speed runs of their me using a Guitar Hero controller, all kinds of stuff. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Are you angry? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? All right, do we have any salt? Ooh. Spicy?
I do have salt.
Oh, what the hell?
Well, I was waiting until I was ready.
Oh, for the vidges?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ghosty.
Unless this is a wraith.
Unless it wants to make life easy for us to know what it is. I mean, it is in contention. Guitar Hero controller? That's correct. Where did our ghost go exactly? Oh, right there. Oh, come on. Walk this way, homie. There it is. It's a
You
wraith.
don't want me to record that? That's rude.
It's a wraith.
Come on.
All right. You're doing video. Where
Well, I'm
is...
trying, but the motion sensor doesn't want to record, so.
Oh, want me to try?
Sure. Is it gonna be dots or is it gonna be?
You think I'm gonna remember what my first ghost was?
Oh well, you didn't get spirit box, so it's gotta be dots.
Motion sense.
Nice. Okay.
Well, do you want to try?
There's the dots.
Oh, did you show up? Oh, what a
I saw
what a
him. I saw
booger!
Saw
What a
him for like a
booger!
second.
Try to get that. Wait, I don't want to record that. You didn't. Damn.
No, not for video, just for
Okay.
audio. Yeah,
Roger that.
sorry.
No, you're good. Motion sense is all she had. Oh, I just saw the dots go through you.
Need a photo.
I'm sorry.
What? I was talking to Rhonda.
I need a photo.
Some of us are old, okay?
You like turned into like a witch. What happened there? I need a photo.
It's my age. I'm just slowly dying inside, so.
What a glorious morning. Makes me sick. Come on.
I'm gonna start singing a really old song, and then I decided not to.
Do the TIG.
I
God.
need to age myself.
There's a fiver.
That's not the ting, unless it's an EMF 5.
That is an
it
EMF
is.
5. What do you mean?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
You.
Oh, Granny. Oh, come on.
Wait, is it Grandma? I swore it was Rhonda.
Oh, maybe it
But
was.
I just saw,
Sorry.
like, a split second of it.
Sorry, I thought it was.
No,
I thought it was
don't know. I could be
grandmama.
wrong. Look, I already called what the nerd grandma earlier.
You called the nerd the dude. You called him grandma earlier.
I called him grandma. So I can't be trusted.
Yeah, you called him grandma.
Yeah.
Let's try this instead. Hey, what's up, Hargy? How are you? All right, so I've got motion sense. I've got fire extinguish. I've got that switch it just toggled. I'm gonna get this dot video in 3, 2, 1. A cheese. Flash still holds the speedrun record for playing guitar. I do. Oh,
Oh God, she was right there. Paying attention. I was paying
she
attention.
she disappeared.
Uh,
I was at the red ape. This quickly stopped being any kind of speed. I got that midair though.
object though? Nice. She's laughing at me?
Oh, it is Rhonda.
Okay. Okay, she did the dots while she was laughing, but you know what? Sounds are.
Oh, come on. Oh, you turd. You. Hey, tell it. Hello. I want the dot video, damn it. I am prepared for this. Unless she kills me, then I was not ready. Oh, dude!
Shit. I tried to click so fast.
Listen, dude, dots is dicey. I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, but we need 2 more photos.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you have? You have
Anything else?
EMF, bone, music box. When it eats a crucifix, which it has to do anyway.
Music box.
Yeah. On it.
Do we need to take Sam?
We'll be fine.
No, that's okay. I still need a photo.
Okay. All right.
And I need. Do you have a smudge?
Nope.
Well, we have a cruci. We need cruci burn. No.
Yeah, we need
this is
Cruci burn anyway. We just have to make
perfect.
sure that she's here.
Yeah.
Hey. Hey.
All right. That's not good.
Oh my God, it's an event. I hate it here. I thought that
Never
was
mind,
it.
that's fine. We're fine.
I thought that was it.
that was it. I was like, I don't have a
I
smudge.
thought it was curtains.
I ain't got nothing.
Oh, I don't need any more video. Okay. All right. So what do you need? You need just
Need
one
a
photo? Oh.
Yeah, and then
All
we're
right.
done. Nice.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
That'll do. We just got escape.
Oh, crap. We need smudges now. Maybe.
Maybe. Probably.
Yeah, we'll be all
It
right.
would be helpful.
They could be useful sometimes. She thought it was funny. Been so hard to get dot video. It's been extraordinarily difficult to get dot video. All right. Got some smudgies.
Double smudge, because, you know, I can.
Can't trust her.
Can't trust Rhonda. She's a cheater.
Hopefully our sanity is low enough. Because the way we made it hunt right there was by force.
Right. I think our sanity's low enough. Let us remove
We'll find out.
another.
It's low enough. Here she
Listen, Rhonda, we can talk about
it.
You know what?
Rhonda's
I'm
back.
just gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave.
Rhonda, go make friends. No, no, no. She's over that way. You've got a friend in break. Go find her. No, go away. She went the other direction. She's probably taking a crap. Rhonda, you're so useless. Why do we even bother with you? All right, come on.
Well, did you have fun?
Yeah, we were hanging out.
Yeah.
I told her you
Being
were
your
taking a
friend.
crap.
I was not. I was next to the car. That is not where you use the restroom.
Listen, you don't know. Maybe it's the car bathroom.
I'm not a ghost. I don't just go wherever I'm standing.
I mean, is that what ghosts do? Do they just like goo randomly in the house? Like,
Do they not?
you know, I don't know. These are questions that need answered. Phasmo, you have something to explain.
Do they?
You got some explaining to do.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Imagine me sending a message to DK. Hey, so we've been curious about the ghost's goo. He's like, by the way, you're no longer a kinetic partner. Damn it.
That's the thing that takes you off the list.
Damn it. I knew I should have asked
Ghost
CJ.
goo.
I knew it.
Oh, okay. It would be fine as long as you don't ask DJ.
Oh, yeah.
Got it,
Oh,
got
yeah,
it, got it.
absolutely.
I
You just
bet-
get
I bet
CJ a drink or two and he's
Tom
good.
probably knows.
Yeah, yeah,
Tom,
yeah.
Tom, the community manager, Tom. Yeah, he probably knows.
Why do you think you have to, you know what? You know what? That's a very fair point made by someone. We have to use a UV light for a reason. Goo.
Hmm.
Very fair. That is very fair. Ren, I think that is going to be the last one for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the games, sir.
Thank you for the games. Thank you for the weekly. Thank you for the games. Always fun. I hate that.
Yeah, sorry I was a bully.
It's
I'll
okay.
behave
It's fine. I'm
better
used to it at this
next
point.
time.
Whatever. No, it's fine. Let's bully the nice guy, you know? Who gives a fuck?
Just bully the nice guy. He says.
That's fine. He won't
okay.
fight back at all.
Yeah, sure. That's not true. That's not true. You've
Yes, it
murdered
is.
me
Listen, do
before.
you remember that one time
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Kitten kills? What the hell? What up, dude? Waiting for the break sabotage? No. No, no sabotages. No. All All right. We are going to end it at the other places, though, friends. Thank you so much for being here. All right. We're going to go find someone here in a minute. Here in a minute. It's me. How was your freaking stream? What did you do? What did you do? Are we going after? I haven't even looked yet, friend. I always like to give it a gander, though. I always like to give it a look-see. There we go. There we go. Thank you, Keystraws. Guys, by the way, if you're not already in the Discord server, the Discord server is there, and so is the rest of the socials. I even have a 24/7 Christmas music bot going right now. I remember doing it a few years ago, so I thought bringing it back would be fun. So there's a channel in there that is playing non-stop Christmas music at all times. Messed around and satisfactory. Nice. Nice. Supposed to be getting nasty weather. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know about nasty, but we're definitely supposed to get a few inches here, and it's supposed to be pretty damn cold. Yeah. No, thank you guys. I appreciate it. If you guys missed it, when we reach the daily goals now, every stream, we have an advent calendar that I open on stream. Oh, that I open. It's a digital advent calendar. So I'm going to be working on things. That bot sounds like my nightmare. What bot? You guys are lucky you see snow. I live where it hasn't snowed since the 80s. Yeah, but what's the weather like normally? Just almost snow this weekend. 9-hour drive. I don't know if it's supposed to snow near you anytime soon. It's snowing tomorrow for us. Beyond that, I'm not sure. Thank you, TJ. Won't really give snow, but it's sure cold. I need to check the weather. I actually need to check it. The kids already have a 2-hour delay. 80 to 90. Damn, that's a shame for you. Yeah, it looks like it's, well, actually, that's a lot. So Tuesday, it's supposed to, tomorrow, and then next Tuesday and Wednesday, it's supposed to. I love to see a white Christmas. You live in Australia. We haven't had one here in a few years. It has not snowed during Christmas in a while. Yeah, if anybody's expecting snow, please stay safe, especially if you're driving in it. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate it. Kitten Kills, I hope all is well, dude. I hope all is well. You guys already have 6 inches from the storm? Holy shite. Holy shite. Keep the snow your way. I mean, listen, I don't want it either. I would also not like it. Thank you very much. Just started for you guys. It's supposed to start for us for like really early in the morning. So that's why the kids already have a delay. We're just waiting to see if it's actually going to be shutting schools down or not. Yours to keep. I don't want it. Don't drive a car in the snow. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to. I remember when I was doing electrical and things like that. I remember us having to drive to DC with like 2 feet of snow on the ground because we had to. It was like a foot or 2 of snow on the ground. We just had to. So like there was nobody on the highway, but we were taking a truck and going slow AF to get there. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Chains on the tires, right? Whatever you got to do, man. I'd rather not go anywhere. That's just me. Oh, Miss Peachy, you're good. Cars, snow suck, narrowly avoided an accident this morning. Oh, please be safe. Wouldn't mind the snow just so I don't have to go to work. Well, I can't say that. I can't be like, oh, I have snow, I can't work. Because I can very easily work remotely. Very easily. Why is everything highlighting really strangely? There we go. There we go. Watch some dude hit a light pole. Ay, caramba. Got a sandwich for free. What the hell? You get to bring blood to hospitals, so you're going no matter what. Yeah. Please be safe. Oh, my Atlanta. Tomorrow, my plan is, dude, what is happening? It's like auto like highlighting everything, and I don't know why. I'm gonna spend some time tomorrow working on the advent calendar stuff to put some things in there that are different and unique. I think that is my goal. My goal for myself is to try to think of things that I haven't done before. 'Tis the plan. You miss Midwest winters. Oh, thank you, Maul. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. I know where we're going. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Where's my activity feed? Good night, friends. Oh, thank you, guys. We're going to go raid here in a second. In a second. I'm just trying to check something real fast. Where did it go? Had to scrape your windshield off after work and the hands are hurt from the cold they got. Why don't you have a scraper? They are very inexpensive. Thank you, Shattered. Hargy, thank you. Supa, thank you, friend. Why is it showing that? Oh, that's why. Okay, there we go. There we go. I figured it out. All right. I need to write this down. All right. Or gloves. Right. Exactly. Scrapers only help so much. Well, yeah, obviously, but is your hand going to be any better? Your hand still hurt from the 30 seconds it took to scrape it off. I gotcha. I remember one time mine broke. So I used one of my, I used a card from my wallet that was like an old. I used a card from my wallet that was like an old hotel key or something like that to scrape off my windshield. It worked. It sucked, but it got the job done. Okay. Ellie, I will make sure to get your name. I will make sure to get your name on the tree, friend. I'll get your name on an ornament and get you on the tree tomorrow. I'll put the little string around it, the whole jazz. The whole nine. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Okay. Raid Rock. Phantom, have a good night. Blondie, thank you, friend. Don't sneeze. I'm trying not to. I'm doing my best. All right. Freds, if you're a follower, that's for you. If you are a sub, that's for you. Creepy tier 3, that is for you. Is there a specific design for the ornaments? No. It's these. It's these so that they're easy to write on. So that way, if I need to write a lot, I can always write a lot. Yeah. So these are the ones that get tied off. These are the ones that get tied off with string. I can't get the string. D-string. And then these are the ones that go on the tree. Yeah. Simple. Yeah. I didn't want it to be too busy because I wanted the name to stand out. So that's why I made sure that they were like plain. Very plain. Yeah. All right. My lovely friends, thank you guys so much. I have possible ideas of what I'm going to play on Wednesday because obviously Wednesday is whatever Wednesday, so it will be something different. There's a few things that are possible. It's just a matter of what I feel like doing. So I don't know. It could be a mix where I do half one game part of the stream and then half the other, or it might be one game the entire stream. I'm not sure yet. I'll think about it. I'll figure it out. We'll see what's going on. But thank you guys so much for all the love today. Thank you for an amazing start of the month. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's going to be a blast. Love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. Y'all are amazing. I will see you on Wednesday. Goodbye.